Woo! This is the week. This is the week. We finally, you know what, though, as I say we finally get started, kind of freaked me out. You check out what happened to the Miami Marlins. My God, the baseball team, they had 13 guys tested positive for COVID-19. And not only did they cancel that game, I think the Phillies or somebody must have played them the day before, called the Phillies and said, you guys are done too. What? This is, boy, and we got what? Richie James, right? Richie James, Niners placed him on the COVID-19 list. It's the NFL's reserve COVID-19 list, which really means, Richie reported the 49ers training camp Thursday to rehab a fractured right wrist, right? He was placed on that special list Monday. It seems players go on COVID list for the purposes of being placed in quarantine as a result of an exposure to COVID-19 or a positive test for COVID-19. Teams are not allowed to identify exact reason, which doesn't make any sense. You already gave the exact reason right there. Anyway, James was eligible to report with the rookies, quarterbacks, and injured players due to this offseason injury he recently sustained. So Richie's not having a good year. First of all, he got hurt early in the season and wasn't able to participate in any of the activities going on with his players or contingent himself. And now he gets COVID-19. And I'm not going to say that. That's just really too much. You just can't. Players took part in their COVID test on Thursday. Those with all negative tests were allowed to report to the team headquarters Monday. And Heem got paid. Hey, 49ers give him incentive-laden contract. Yes, Heem, yes. Most of it still runs through 2021, but he potentially can double his salary this year and make close to $5 million via incentives and $250,000 bonus. He's slated to earn $2.575 million in base salary this year and $2.875 million next year. If you tell Heem that he's got that carrot out in front of him, what do you think he's going to do? Oh, I do like that. Yeah. I really wish we could give everybody on the team incentive-laden contracts. You make a player automatically, mentally, he's geared up to play above his own head. You can't get away with that in the NFL, though, because the NFL Players Union say, look, come on, man. No. They'll never agree to it. And I almost fell off my seat laughing about this one. You probably already ran across it, right? John Lynch says 49ers never called Jets about no Jamal Adams. Everybody's all up in the air talking about Jamal. The 49ers went in there and blew that deal. Lynch told Matt Miyoko about reported interest from San Francisco 49ers, quote, totally inaccurate. We did not ever make a call about that player. I find that so amusing. Because as I said yesterday, Lynch has made it his credo. If there's a player out there that's going to make us better, we will be looking into it. Then again, he may be sticking to that. Maybe he doesn't think Jamal Adams is all that much better than Kowalski Teeth. I know you want to argue about that. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. Let's go right into this now. Today's subject matter is woof, 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 woof. Every team in the NFL feels the Super Bowl is there for their taking, but every team in the league doesn't have them, right? They don't. The young talent now playoff hardened 49ers, they do. Shanahan's dudes just missed winning a title, if not for just a few mistakes. They were so close. And those are mistakes that I told you last year. The 49ers need more seasoning. They could get into a situation where experience is going to kick their butt, and it did, but it ain't going to happen no more. Mm-hmm. This is why this is why I say what I say about all that BS about, well, you go to a Super Bowl and lose, your chances of coming back and winning are devastatingly tough. Excuse me, the 49ers lost that Super Bowl by a hair, and they know why they lost. They're a young team. They're not an over-to-the-hill team or guys that are in their last couple of 2-3 seasons before they retire or anything like that. This is a team that I told you over and over again. I don't know if the 49ers will go to the Super Bowl. They may not be ready yet. Well, Sherm talks about the importance of experience and raging hunger. That is, the red and gold Warriors fired up along with several other popular defenders like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, who can't wait to get the 2020 season started. And do you have the same faith? Or are you on the Mike Florio train of, the 49ers aren't good. They got to win the division first. And it's going to be very difficult because every team's going to be targeted. Well, where that may be true doesn't mean they can target all they want to. Doesn't mean anything more than that. And when they get to the target, who's going to get shot down? Them. I mean, fam, honestly, I don't see a better team in the NFL than the 49ers. I really don't. And Sherm knows what it's like to win a Super Bowl. He also knows what it's like to lose a Super Bowl, as we enjoyed. Remember back in the day, we enjoyed Sherman losing that Super Bowl, those iconic pictures of him with his mouth wide open when, actually, that was in him and Pete Carroll's relationship right there, because Sherman couldn't understand what the hell he was doing throwing the ball anyway. He knew all about this matter before joining the Niners and relived the experience this past February, as you know. But Sherman feels there are valuable lessons to be learned in a Super Bowl loss. Especially for a young and less experienced team. In an interview with PFF, Sherman recalls that he remembers a playoff loss to the Atlanta Falcons while with Seattle and how it made his Hawks hungrier at that time than ever. And Sherman's quoted saying the next year it was like the season couldn't start fast enough and it couldn't go by fast enough. Everybody in our way was just simply that. They were in our way. And that's what you're going to see this season. That is exactly what you're going to see this season. Because the teams the 49ers are going to play are going to be inferior to them. We got too much talent. And we got too much now. Now they got seasoning. Now you're going to get your ass whooped. And for Jimmy G, I can't wait to get to talk about him so I can say, I told y'all, man. I told you. What you saw last year was Jimmy G in class. That boy done graduated. Unquote. Sherm sees the same thing with these Niners. After the team suffered a heartbreaking collapse in Super Bowl 54, Sherm continues with, quote, I don't think much needs to be said. I think these guys are hungry. They're committed. It's much different when you're on a Super Bowl journey, and it's everybody's first time, and they're like, man, what should we expect? See, does this seem like a Super Bowl team? Hey, man, how does it feel? Sherman had to deal with all them questions, right? Because you're dealing with a bunch of kids, man. They're just good. But they don't even know what they're doing there themselves. and Sherman goes on to say, and now they all know. They're all Super Bowl experienced. They've all been there so they can answer all them dang questions themselves. Yes! And so now it's about the journey. So it's not about the journey anymore. It's about the finish. Unquote. And Sherman, that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. Don't give me this. Because you see, the comparison with the Rams getting in there, getting their butt whooped. See, the Rams, first of all, as soon as they got back to L.A., everybody left. You can't lose that many players and still win anything anyway. And then they realized they weren't worth the damn after getting their butt handed to them like they did, unlike we didn't in the Super Bowl. That is the big difference. So I don't want to hear any more comparisons about the Rams. Unquote, the fever temperature is rising already, fam. Niners sound eager to get the season started and fight their way back to the bowl. Several deep players, including that of Sherm, said in June that returning to the big game and this time winning it is the season focus. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nobody cares what Mike Florio says. Like Fred Warner, who says, quote, I think the focus is obviously make it back to the big game and winning it this time around. So that means there's going to be a lot of teams get hurt this year trying to stop the 49ers. I already see it coming. He continues to say, I think that the focus every year is to make it to the Super Bowl. But we all understand that there's a lot of time and effort required to get to that point. And they've already been through the process, and you know what it takes to be great. And this is the best thing about it. Nick Bosa, quote, we're just trying. I got to work on my Nick Bosa because Bosa kills me. We're just trying to be better than we were last year. Nick, Ronbo Sports here. I'm Ronbo. And Nick, do you ever get excited about anything, man? Because like when you're on the field, man, you look like a man possessed, man. Like we need to perform an exorcism or something between snaps. Are you okay? I mean, what's up with that, man? Your personality doesn't sound like anybody that would kill anything. Well, I mean, everybody in my family is kind of like that. I got to work on my Bosa. I'll be back with that. Dude kills me. Tony accused me of being a stoner. I don't think Nick's a stoner. He's just kind of laid back. For a guy who plays with the rage that he does, it's kind of weird for him to be laid back. You would think he'd be like hyped or something all the time. Jay Anderson, what up? Rapping the Night Empire from Richmond, VA. Jay, what's up? Oh, wait. And Guerrero Manguia, mi amigo. He said, hey, Ronbo, I don't think there isn't going to be no football season this year because COVID-19 is getting out of control. You know, Richie, we got one guy, we got two guys so far that got it, right? But you know what? Here's the thing. We can't determine the entire NFL. There may be a lot of teams that are out there doing stupid stuff. Look at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's sitting in the hot zone, right? We're sitting in the hot zone. Cali's worse, and I don't know. You know what? It may hit a peak here sometime soon. It may be starting to slow down. I can't imagine it speeding up. My God. Living the Dream says, pay that man motion. Yes, baby. Bleeping right, he deserves it. Watch him makes all 5.6 million. Let's go. Mostert. I'm happy. Living the dream. I'm feeling you, man. I feel you. And Kurt the Comedian, hey, can't wait to hear ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la. Hey, when we ripped the league to shreds this season, Revenge Tour 2020. And the Jamaican said, hey, Robert, can you give me a late birthday shout? It was the 23rd. Go Niners of Memphis. Anthony, you know I will. Let me do a couple more here. DJ Malone. Hey, Ronbo Sports. Hey, Ronbo, don't you think it would be poetic for Garoppolo to beat Brady in the NFC title game to get back to the SB? God, that'd be such a rush. Ooh, it would take me a whole rest of the year to get over that. I say, see, Patriots said, get rid of Jimmy, we keep Tom. I don't see a team that could stop us in the NFC. I don't either, I really don't. Hashtag question 6. Tony asks, hey, what's up, fam? But sure how far you are from Santa Clara, but I hope to see you at a home game, fam. Let's go Niners. I'm still petitioning Jed York for one of his suites so I can do the program from there. Jed hasn't answered me on that, but I'm telling you what. Hey, Anthony Baker, July 23rd. He's a summertime baby like myself. We're all wired hot. Happy, ooh la la, happy Niners birthday, Anthony from Memphis. It never happened. I would never strain a note like that. Happy Niner! Birthday, Anthony B. Hey, man, you give me 5, baby. You know what I'm talking about with July. Hey, I want to 23rd. Is that still falling Cancer? You probably go into another. It's a little late in July. You probably go to the next sign. Hey, let me put on my ears and get what Alex feels about this. Because you know what? What was my bottom line on this? You know what, fam, if COVID-19 can just stay out of the way, I do not see another team in the NFL that is going to deal with the 49ers, not on no serious matter. So I'm saying, can I get a hell yeah? Or feel free to bring an argument. I'm ready because I've been watching arguments. A lot of people are non-believers. Alex is on the phone, though. I got a feeling I know where Alex is at on this matter, though. Alex! Come on in, Alex.
What's up, Ronbo?
Alex, man, Richard Sherman's got me all fired up. I stay fired up anyway, but listen to Sherm and get in the mood of what's going on in that locker room. Thinking, I had a feeling. Ain't nobody scared. But Alex, what are the chances, man? Are you concerned? You think it's got it made? And will people also, Alex, chime in on will people stop lying on John Lynch and passing out these rumors about him pursuing players just to piss Kwaski T off? But John, go ahead, Alex, go ahead.
Hey, man. We just got to be thankful that the football season's here. You know, the rumors
Yes.
are always going to spread around, man. But what we got in San Francisco is something special. You know, we have a lot of talent. We have great leadership. We know what we got. You know, like I've been kind of seeing some stuff by Grant Cohn lately, and I'm like, man, you forget you're the main dude for the team supposedly. You know, you're on everything I see,
Yeah.
but it's almost like he's trying to be the anti-Niner. It's like, why you got to play the devil's advocate all the time, bro? Like, I see all these headlines, man, and I'm like, why? We're like, and I'm not trying to act like there ain't other teams out there in the NFL that are self motivated teams, real teams that want to actually win a Super Bowl at all costs.
They all
But
do.
we have a team where they remember where they were. We've kept pieces from the past, you know, a few years ago that do remember what it feels like to lose a lot of games. You know what I mean? So we got some fresh faces that were here for only the success. But man, we got a team with, you know, Richard Sherman out there, George Kittle, people like Raheem Mostert that could easily go make $8 million somewhere else. And they're like, hey, I'm cool with five. I'm cool with five. Like, me and you were talking a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I think it's going to be around 6 to 8. For him to take an incentive-laden contract, man, where he's up to five, it's like, come on, man. Like,
I know,
this
right?
dude really just this dude really just wants to win with us. It's, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of environment we got. So, you know, if John Lynch was out here trying to piss people off, that's something new.
You
That's something
know?
brand new.
And
You know what I
Alex,
mean? Like,
from what you just said, this is why I can actually believe John wasn't called in New York. They was just trying to get that up to stir stuff up. Man, you bring it back. He will come in. Man, I got to get paid. Y'all know that, don't you? Well, no, we don't know that, and that's goodbye. You know, don't come in here. Well, I got to get paid first, and I ain't showed you nothing. You know what?
it's crazy, man. Like, we, there's you know there's a lot of organizations out there where you really don't know the true beat that's going on, but we have probably you know, obviously this might sound biased, obviously, but we really do have one of the most open and honest just coaches and GMs. They will tell you, hey, we want to get better at every position whenever it's possible without costing the team. You know, they've made trades. They're actually one of the teams where so far under this new regime where we can say, yeah, we're going to make a trade almost every single year as long as it fits in the criteria of what we're trying to build here. You know, as long as it fits into the motto of, you know, win now and keep the future rolling. You know, we pay people. You know, we're willing to pay people. So, you know, there's not one person in this organization. You know, DeForest Buckner got traded. DeForest Buckner was literally the heart and soul, but, you know, could be viewed as the heart and soul of this team, and he had nothing but good things to say about us when he left. And he completely understood the move. He understood that, hey, the compromise of this is that, hey, I'm going to get paid. I will get paid. It may or may not be with this team. So it's like, you know, they're honest. I'm sure DeForest Buckner and the team had some sort of discussion. You know, the Niners haven't left anybody out to dry. So, you know, all that hoopla and crazy talk where the Niners have had dysfunction or John Lynch was trying to piss off Jaquiski Tartt. No, man, that's nothing, man. We got a great front office. We got a great head coach, and you know, we're the honesty, the honesty between these players and coaches and the relationship that they got is probably, you know, a huge part of the reason why we are so successful, and one of the underlying things that other teams can't do. which is why there's so much dysfunction in the league. You know, Kyle Shanahan's a smart dude. He understands it's not just about the money. He understands it's not just about the playing time, but the relationship you can have within the organization. And that, you know, what me and you have talked about this, Ronbo, in the past. We got as much trust inside of this locker room that any other locker room has, and it is a family. So, you know, I mean, we should just be excited about what's coming, you know, for our red and gold once they hit the field, man, because a lot of people won't see it, but we know we're picking up where we left off, and we got business to handle, and we got a ring to chase. You know what I mean? We're gonna go get that big boy.
Huh. And you know it's true. And I love, you know, in fact, Alex, I'll bet you John called up Kowalski to let him know ahead of this rhetoric. Listen, I don't know what you're thinking, but listen, we did not. Well, we're going to be negotiating with you in the months ahead. We're looking for you to have a great season. So do not concern yourself with what's going on with the New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, allegedly, and the Seattle Seahawks. All right. So just to let you know. And I bet you that kind of honesty does exist in our room, because they already talked to. They said they told Jimmy G about Tom Brady. Remember that? Yeah, we're talking to him. We just want to see what he's got going on. And then they said, "But you're a guy." I love the way the transparency goes on amongst these guys.
I mean,
so yeah,
it is a business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And dollar signs are being talked about. Contracts are going to be talked about. But you know, what Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have done from the very, very beginning is said, like you know, great word, transparency. Mm-hmm. We're going to be as transparent as we can be because we have a goal in mind, and we're not going to shy away from that. And if you watch that Chris Sims interview the other day, with Kyle, you know, one thing that Kyle said that stuck out with me was he's like, you know, I'm not afraid to go to a Super Bowl and lose 8 times in a row. And that's not just a face value type thing. You know what I mean? That means you're all in on a winning, you know, atmosphere. And with that,
and there's no shame.
Everything the right way. Yeah. You know, the honesty is a huge part of it.
Absolutely. I was going to pull up. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see you Wednesday. Hopefully, after a press conference, we'll find out more too. Great stuff as usual, Alex. All right, fam. Good night, man. Good night. All right. I see. That just hit me like a snake bite. JB Vool says, "I'm the only donator in Ronbo history whose donation was acknowledged." JB wins, really. You know, the thing is, it lights up so I can see it, so I can make sure to say thank you. So whatever you gave me or us, thank you. I didn't do that on purpose. If I didn't, there's no way I would ignore you. So I just didn't see it. So my apologies if that's what you thought. No. And let me thank you for it right now then, okay? Sorry. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, hey, give me 310-310. Area code 310. Area code 310.
Yo, Ronbo.
Who is this?
What's going on, Ronbo? I know it's been a long time, but don't tell me you forgot about me already, Ronbo.
No, I got the voice. It's forget about it. Hey, Mike, what do you
know? Oh, man.
And Mike, and also, Mike, your volume is very low, so I couldn't tell it's 9 or Mike right away.
All right. Well, I hope you got me loud and clear, Ronbo.
Yeah,
loud and clear. How you doing? Ronbo? How you been?
Mike, you know, I'm inspired, man, because like the only thing that concerns me now is COVID. Otherwise, the players are ready to roll. And Fred Warner just got hiked up he made the top 100. He's number 70. I mean, we got another guy that entered the elite. Nick Bosa will be there next year. Jimmy Bosa. Jimmy Garoppolo will most likely be there next year. Who else have we got? You know, if Raheem Mostert keeps going nuts like he did last year, Mike, we may have any number of guys that are really, really special. Because it goes back to days when everybody said, 49ers don't have any talent. What? I guess we do now. Did I say?
Oh yeah.
Did I lift out George
we
Kittle?
got talent. We got talent coming back. We got talent coming back, Ronbo. We sure do. You know. Hey, listen. I've been on the equivalent of what they call the lamb from football because let me tell you, I still haven't had it in me to rewatch that Super Bowl, Ronbo. I still haven't had it in me.
Yeah, don't do it.
I haven't had it in me, and I gotta say it's heartbreaking. And let me tell you, I don't give a shit whose friggin' feelings are hurt, and I don't care if we talk to him or not. All right, Jamal Adams is a hell of a damn player, and at the end of the day, it was a safety, if I'm not mistaken, that gave up that long ball to freaking Tyreek Hill that towards the end of the freaking game. So I don't give a shit if they wanted to update the safety
Mike,
position.
Mike,
Yeah.
I got a feeling that was a combined effort. Mosey was on him. Mosey shot north when he should have shot south. You never, as a ball player, you never that close to the end zone do you retreat back to the the line of scrimmage.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you. I respect what you said, Ronbo, but I don't give a shit. As a safety, you're a safety, and you don't let the ball get over you. You don't let no one get behind you, and that's exactly what happened.
Mike,
and
Mike, if you saw the play,
and look,
he had to retreat toward him.
But here's
Ball
the
never
thing.
went over Ward's head.
Yeah. Well, look, here's the deal. My point is, if they were going to upgrade the position, so be it. All right. At the end of the day, those first-round picks, the starting safety, and the third-round pick is not what we were willing to give up for. So that's why we're not going to get him. And whether we called them or they called us,
he's not a center fielder, Mike. He would have got smoked.
Yeah, no,
he can't keep up with him.
He's not a center fielder, but listen, he's not a center fielder. But this is because I want to get to something else, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. He's not a center fielder, Ronbo, but listen to this. He's a very, very instinctual, smart player. All right? He's an all-pro. He's an all-American. He's a great player. He's going to be a good asset to the Seahawks. Now, this is the deal with it, though. It's not going to matter. Why? Because the last little hope of a pass rush that Seattle had was getting Clowney back is now gone. And that's the one thing that they didn't have. Without Clowney coming in last year, they couldn't pass rush past the Cleveland friggin' Browns. All right, they weren't pass rushing past anybody. Exactly, they weren't pass rushing past anybody, and that was before we got the. Listen, I love Joe Staley, I do, but Joe Staley was never a Williams.
Losing a step.
Joe Staley was never a Trent Williams. Joe Staley was a Joe Staley. Trent Williams is a Trent Williams, and that's it. And I don't give a shit what nobody says, all right?
No, it's
when it comes to this season, though, Ronbo, this is my biggest worry. And this should be the worry of not only us, but any player. At the end of the day, there are no preseason games. There's no dress-up rehearsal. And I, as a real true football fan, and as somebody that's coached Little League and so on, all right, in my time, I know that you're going to have a very hard time going from training camp practices where the quarterback is wearing a non-contact jersey and you're just going to throw them out there in a game that's meaningful and it's like they're supposed to just pop off. And at the end of the day, that's not what's going to happen. Some heads are going to pop off, and I feel really bad. Now, listen, as far as we're concerned, all right, we're all right because we got a lot of continuity. But any team that's got a new player or getting a new player, especially at a critical position, all the hopes and dreams and all that they had in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, they can forget about it, all right? They can forget about it. Tom Brady will be lucky to make it through week 2. With that offensive line that was protecting Jameis Winston, or lack thereof last year, as I should say, all right? He'll be lucky to be alive by week 2, all right? And
they didn't address that, did they? You're right.
And they haven't. And here's the thing. The players were the ones that really wanted it, but they don't understand. They don't get it. And a lot of the players, the starters, they don't care. The other thing that it affects the rookies. And it affects the players that were undrafted free agents, like a Raheem Mostert, that were able to prove themselves on a team. All those guys, this year for them is gone. All right? They don't have a shot. Teams are going to go with players that are proven. They're going to go with players that they know that they got a little bit of experience because they know what they can do. And it's going to hurt the draft class. It's going to hurt the way that Brandon Ayuk plays. It's going to hurt the way that he progresses. all right, to not have a single preseason game. You know, there's a lot of them players that are going to be out there. The way that we saw Greenlaw be last year, he started shining in the preseason, Ronbo. In the preseason. It was later in the preseason that we could see, and we were like, you know what, this Greenlaw kid, he's going to be good. You know what I mean? It wasn't until
you remember what he said,
then.
right? You remember what he said? He said, I didn't even really know the playbook that well until the playoffs. He wasn't bad though, Mike.
Exactly.
The Hawks hate him.
And that's coming from a player who was playing almost the entire preseason, Ronbo. He had an extra 4 games. And he said he couldn't understand the playbook until the playoffs. So I'm going to let you go with that. I know you got to get to another caller, but I would like you to talk about that because I would love to hear your opinion on it because I think that's a big deal, Ronbo. I mean, even for our guy, even for Jimmy G with the knee. You know what I mean? For Jimmy G with the knee. I mean, we're going to, from going from a non-contact practice situation to just throwing him in there on a Sunday afternoon and expecting him to just be ready to go after.
Mike, if it'll make you feel better, nobody has an advantage. Every team's got the same situation.
No, you're right. You're right. But I just feel bad because at the end of the day, Ronbo, it puts great players at risk that don't need to be at risk. And we could potentially lose a great player to a stupid injury just because they're trying to throw them out there like that. And I don't agree with it, Ronbo. I don't. I think they should have at the very least had one little preseason game. Let them get in. Let them get a feel. Live action.
If the owners would have had their way, they would have. That was the players that decided that. So anyway, but Mike,
exactly. All right, I'll let you go, Ronbo. Hey, thanks for having me on. It's good to hear from you, all right?
Same here. I was going to tell you, Mike, don't be no stranger, man. Come on, man. Let me hear from you.
We're
back Wednesday.
We'll do, Ronbo. All right, Ronbo. You stay safe out there, all right?
You too. It's very bad out there. Be careful. All right. Night, Mike.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I like Mike. Mike stood by his guns, didn't he? But Jamal Adams would not have helped that play. But he may have affected it earlier on. Maybe knocked some bejesus out of Tyreek Hill as he's going by or something. Anyway, hola, Guerrero. Hey, since I was asleep and pushing buttons on my phone. We all good for season. Guerrero, did you just give me a call? Did we miss you? All right, well, it's okay. Try again then. All right, and thanks, Guerrero. I was trying to say Guerrero. You just with the American accent. Roll that tongue. And G Bubbles months ago, like week 3 last season. All right. Anyway, again, my apologies. I don't know what happened. I rarely do that. We have a system where we could see those. So anyway, but thanks, man. Again, my apologies. Let me get from Shay on in here. Shay.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, I'm just enjoying the fact that the only fear I have now, the anxiety over the team was there a little bit. Now I know, boy, them boys are gonna be scary, good. But now this COVID thing, after watching baseball get beat up, and somebody posted up there, they've already shut baseball back down again. I didn't even notice all that news. So. But as far as our team goes, Shay, don't let Javon Kinlaw look like what he looks like. It'll be worse than even I'm anticipating. Somebody's going to get killed. I mean, killed. But Shay, what do you think your chances are, man? I mean, is that a substantial belief? Sherman has already said it. Experience is it rules. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, I just think everybody's coming back with a hunger. But real quick, Ronbo, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, ranked 43rd in top 100 players from the players rankings.
What? Jimmy G, what?
For the NFL. Yeah.
Jimmy G got ranked?
Jimmy ranked 43rd.
I didn't even
he was ranked 43rd.
I've not been monitoring that situation all the way. All right.
Yeah. Fred Warner was 70, and Jimmy Garoppolo was 43 today.
Yeah, I know about Fred. But I didn't see Jimmy.
Even the players know. I mean, if he's ranked in front of Tannehill. I think Tannehill was like 68 or something. But even the players know he's a good player.
Hey, since you was watching that
all
closely,
these analysts
where did Jared Goff get ranked? Did you see him?
I don't. Jared Goff hasn't got ranked yet. I don't think he's gotten ranked. I don't even think he made the top 100 this year.
Because I know Russell Wilson's going to be up there somewhere. Russell's probably the top 20, right?
Yeah.
But Jared Goff, because, they like to make jokes about certain players I do not understand. Goff, I think, made it last year. Anyway, but go ahead, fam.
No, yeah. No, he's ranked in front of Kirk Cousins.
Ooh.
Tannehill. I think those are the only quarterbacks right now that they've released. Yeah, I mean, as far right now, no Jared Goff. So I don't even think he made top 100 this year. Rightfully so, though. But yeah, Ronbo. Back to the topic at hand. No doubt, Ronbo. I mean, I think I believe in what Richard Sherman is saying. True. I just think that the roster was young at the time. Like I said, experience I think does matter, and I know that being in the Super Bowl is like it's rare that a lot of teams get there. I mean, like you said, the Kansas City Chiefs haven't won in over 50 years. I mean, you have a lot of these teams, and I think that's what's great testament that is so great to the NFL in itself is. It's almost a different winner every year, and it's always the different teams sometimes every year. And I do think the Chiefs have taken the reign or the new dynasty, I would say, from the AFC. They've taken over from the Patriots, but I just think, like I said, the Patriots made it a lot of times, but they didn't win it all the time. You know what I mean? They made it a lot of the times, but they didn't win it. Losing to the Giants twice, they lost to the Eagles. So it's not guaranteed just because you go or you're the best team. Like I said, it's one game. The mantra or the motto for the NFL is any given Sunday, anybody can get beaten. So I mean, I do think that the seasoning that we got a lot of the rookies in, like Bosa, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting. Debo. We get the rookies, Debo, and then even some of the veteran players like Kendrick Bourne, Mike McGlinchey, all those guys that haven't had any playoff experience before. And I think the only two that had playoff experience from last year's roster was Sherman and Staley, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember anybody else having playoff experience.
But that's it.
Oh, yeah, and Sanders. Yeah, sorry, and Sanders. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody else. So, with that being said, I honestly think that, and then Telvin Coleman, too, when he would play for the Falcons. But other than that, but
we're talking about a handful.
The roster was so young. And Right, a handful. Right. But I feel like the roster was so young, and I just think that, they're only going to build off of what they've already experienced. And I think experience is key. And I think, the second run, I think, the window is open now. And I think it is 2020 or bust time. Like, I do think that we're going for the chip. We're going all the way, but we're not going to leverage our entire capital like what these other teams are doing. You know what I mean? I believe in
we're going to
Garoppolo.
go.
Don't get me wrong.
Same team,
right,
continuity, young. Ain't no such thing in a hangover for a team like that.
Well, the difference is, to me, is like I'm more afraid of the Cardinals than I am the Seahawks. But I do think
too.
Because the Seahawks, but I do think because the Seahawks have Russell Wilson, there always will be a contender, and I can see why they gave up their capital. But for us, let's be real here, guys. Like we have Jimmy G. I do believe in Jimmy G. I think he can get the job done. If he is getting a second chance, just because he'll have the experience. But he's not a Russell Wilson, and he's he thinks he's in the same conversation as Russell Wilson.
But he doesn't need to be.
But I do believe. Right, he doesn't need to be because we have a great team, and I think that's the difference when the Rams, what they did in terms of why they won't be contending for years to come, is because they leveraged all that capital thinking that Jared Goff was going to be a Russell Wilson top talent. Jared Goff is not a top 10 QB, and even if you were going to leverage your future, you should only do that for like a top 5 player at his position, and most importantly should be QB. They didn't have Russell Wilson at QB that played for the Rams, and they leveraged that entire capital
and also, Shay,
for the remainder of the 4 or 5
Russell Wilson
years.
has had a lot of failing moments. At the end of the day, it's about winning.
Absolutely.
And this is why Jimmy G came in and demonstrated his prowess that first day he came against the Hawks when nobody knew who he was after CJ went down. That Jimmy G could be returning this year. And then he doesn't have to be Russell Wilson. He doesn't have to be Tom Brady. All he's got to be is Jimmy G. He can be in a class of his own. That's what matters. He's a winner. Because he hasn't won. Even as he hasn't lost that many games in his entire career. Keep an eye on him. Go ahead.
I think so. And no, you're absolutely right, Ronbo. And, my final point is just, I just think that the 49ers, what they're doing is they're just going to, hey, we don't have a Russell Wilson type player. We don't have a Patrick Mahomes type player. But what we can have is a better team. And I think that's exactly what it was like throughout the man of the year, right? It was always the 49ers versus Russell Wilson. It was never the entire Seattle because they're garbage. It was just our roster versus one player.
So you got a great point. We got so carried away, we got ran over the time. But
Okay. All right, Rumble. Well, God bless you,
see you Wednesday.
Shout out to my TNT family. See you Wednesday, Rumble. God bless. Oh, I'm so happy Raheem Mostert re-signed. I'm glad we worked things out. I love you, Raheem. God bless everybody. Peace. All right, Rumble. Take it easy.
All right, Jay. You too, fam. Yeah, and there's no other Joe Montana. There's no other Steve Young. Your winner is defined by what he does. They're not necessarily put on a parallel with another player. Russell Wilson's a different style player altogether. Just in.
I would come in and say it's a positive move, but unfortunately. Fortunately, life is life, and unfortunately, you have terrible tragedies happen. I'd like everybody to please pray for my friend Keenan, high school friend. He was in a terrible accident today. His girlfriend passed away, and he's in his second surgery right now. So I'm asking for everyone in the chat and that's listening. Please pray for my friend Keenan because he really needs it. I don't know all the details right now. I'm still scrambling details. I'm just trying to distract myself from that because it's not good to, be over here on sad and something you can't control. So I'm just asking for everybody in the chat to please pray for my friend Keenan and hopefully he makes some type of recovery because I cannot lose my friend, and it's one of the things that life throws you curveball.
Sounds like you're really close too. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's tough. It's tough right now. It's really tough. It is tough. I'm just trying to distract myself from football right now. I believe that's what he would have wanted me to do. So that's what I'm trying to.
All right.
Where he signed, I know it was going to happen to Jamal. I knew he wasn't going to come. I'm just surprised that Seattle took the gamble, trading all that draft capital for one guy. 2 first rounders and then a 4th, I think.
They've already got called on it. Bleacher Report called it on him earlier today. That was a stupid deal. They're going to pay for that. And unless Jamal Adams just a hellraiser, who gives up 2 first-round picks for a safety? That's unreal. God, that was bizarre.
I mean, you got Quandre Diggs, you got Jamal Adams, and you got that corner from Redskins. What's his name?
Flowers.
What's his name? He just got traded. No, not Flowers. The Redskins. They just traded him.
Wait.
Dunbar.
Remember Dunbar. Is he going to play this year? Dunbar. He's got
put on an exempt list.
Because
he's got put on an exempt list.
Exempt list.
So that means they're still investigating what's going on with them.
Yeah, because not only did he get caught in an armed robbery situation, the idiot got busted. They also caught him for trying to pay the people off that they robbed. Oh my God, just made it worse. That's admitting guilt, you idiots. Oh, okay. Anyway.
And then what happened when Dana, whatever his name is, Dana Stubblefield. He got
convicted.
10 years.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
But all that draft capital, for one guy, I love Jamal, and the other Carl O'Leary was going on a rant about Tavares Moore. And you need to realize, man, Tavares Moore is a first-year rookie. Jamal Adams has 3 years experience in the NFL. Tavares barely he got snaps, yes he did, but he wasn't really starting. That's the difference. He wasn't really starting. I don't blame Mosley or I don't blame Tavares.
Justin, Tavares is not a box safety, though. I think people should realize you're not going to he's not going to beat Jimmy Ward out in center field. It was going to be Kowalski versus Jamal, and we were probably going to get rid of Kowalski if they picked up Jamal.
And why would you do that too? It doesn't make any sense.
Because he's not going to be over the top. He's going to get smoked. Adams is good.
Yeah.
He's physical, but he's not all that fast. So, no. And some people have said, you haven't seen him play. Well, no, he's not a center fielder. Jamal will probably tell you that. In the 4-3, he will get exposed. In the 3-4,
and
it's
and
another
the
story.
Seahawks are trying to sign Clowney. That doesn't make any sense either because
No, it does.
who do they?
Justin,
But I'm saying they don't have enough money.
What's I'm saying, I don't know where they're getting the money from. If they don't sound clowny, the 49ers are going to beat them worse than a drum. Because here's number one. You don't have anybody coming off the edge. Now the 49ers are going to do pretty much what they want to do. You give Jimmy too much time. Unlike some people, Jimmy G will kick your ass. This is the year, I'm telling you right now. Last year was his first year with Shanahan, which a lot of people will not acknowledge. They don't realize how difficult that is if you're coming off an injury. You're going to see Jimmy G this year like you wouldn't imagine. I've already got that note. So I'm saying it now just so I can brag about it later. He's gonna. If you don't have anybody coming off the edge, you're dead meat. Mm-hmm. The Hawks know this.
Out of all those the defensive rushers, besides Clowney, the one I think that had the most sacks was 8 sacks, and that was KJ Wright. I think it was KJ Wright. It was KJ Wright. Yeah, KJ. Yeah, the rest of them only had like 1, 2, but like that defensive line without Clowney,
they're just not that good.
So no, and you can't rely on your offense so much when your defense is trash.
Yeah.
So if they're putting all their faith in the secondary, it's like Jamal Adams said, you have to have a good pass rush to make your corners better. If you don't have a good pass rush, so Jamal, I wish you luck, man, but good luck because you don't really have a pass rush. Without a pass rush, you ain't gonna do so well.
I know. And we've proven that on every year too. When we didn't have a pass rush, our guys are getting toasted in secondary. Everybody said, we need to get a better cornerback. No, you need to get somebody to slow that quarterback down and confuse him and mess him up. Sure enough, first year we get a pass rush, the same guys.
Now, I have a
number
question,
2
though.
in the NFL.
I have a real question. Do you honestly see us signing Kowalski then? Yeah, you honestly see us re-signing Kowalski after
next
the
year?
season?
Yeah. Have to.
Yeah.
All right. Justin, look, everybody's got the hands up for your friend in the chat. And go check that out. And I hope Keenan gets better. All right.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna check more stuff on him. Right. But I do appreciate everyone. I keep rambling because he really needs it. He's in
you got a lot of energy going up. So.
Yeah, it's better. Rest in peace to Ashley. Rest in peace,
that's
Ashley.
Really unfortunate.
You were good. You were a good person, and we will all miss you. Hang in there, Keenan.
All right, fam.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, Justin. Look to hear from you later. All right. Hey, bang, bang! He has arrived.
Take the batteries out your clocks and throw your watches in the garbage, ladies and gentlemen, because you already know what time it is. What's good, Ronbo?
Mel, I'm telling you, man, I'm sitting there loving. Sherman did an interview, got me all fired up. I said, you know what? People still running around to 49ers go have a hangover. Man, give me a break with the hangover. Hangovers for teams that have been struggling to get where they to the top for years. This ain't no hangover team. And the only reason I say that is because, first of all, you can't be a hangover team when you're a bunch of rookies and youngsters and 2- and 3-year players. What do you got old and retired in your 3rd or 4th year of football? I don't think so. And especially with the way the 49ers lost, they know damn well they should have won that game. Of course they do. So it's not about, do we doubt ourselves? Can we do this? Are we tired? Did we spend all the wind get taken out of our sails after one effort? Give me a break with that stuff. 49ers going to be tough this year, no doubt about it. But Mel, your feelings on this matter?
No doubt. It's the same thing with teams who started 1-10. What's the statistical probability of a 1-10 team going 6-10?
Ooh.
We smashed that. What's the probability of a team winning 4 games and going to the Super Bowl the next year? We smashed that. It's just, and we're different. Man, we're a completely different monster. But I gotta holler at somebody real quick. Can I holler at you, Grant G. Diddy Combs? What's good, bro? Grant G. Diddy Combs. Man, you know what? Dre, what's good, my bro? I love Dre too, man. Keep doing it big, bro. I'm seeing you growing and growing and growing. I'm looking forward to seeing how far you can take this. But next time you talk to Grant, I want you to verbally smack him in his face real quick. You know who he reminds me of at this moment? He reminds me of the Harbaugh era, when all of these rumors are allegedly flying out of the 49ers organization with a whole bunch of just negativity. Oh, Jim Harbaugh is losing the locker room. I've seen this guy say things that can really be the beginning of madness, the beginning of ripping the locker room apart. And it kind of hurts, man, especially because he presents himself as a 49ers affiliate, as a 49ers fan, as somebody who's part of the organization and supports the organization. But he just has such negativity that can grow. He's talking about, the 49ers aren't bringing Lynch back. Things like that, man. He was with the whole Mostert deal. There's just so much negativity that can spiral. And his voice is loud enough where he's going to be heard by major media markets that are going to end up asking questions. Like I said, just like the Harbaugh era, when everybody's saying, we have inside sources saying that Jim Harbaugh's losing the locker room. And after every single game, what are the players asked about? They're not asked about the game that they played or the games coming up or how far the team can go. They're being asked about Jim Harbaugh and losing the locker room and everything. And I just don't want to see that start again, man. So, Grant, please, man, be a little more responsible with your platform, my bro. And second deal, my guy, what's his name? Forget about it. Yeah, that
Mike.
wasn't
Mike.
That Tyreek Hill play wasn't on the safety, my bro. That was Emmanuel Mosley.
He didn't want to hear it, though.
One.
He still thinks
that's
it's safety.
Number one.
That ball didn't go over Jimmy's head, Mike. It didn't.
Right. And that's number one. And number two, Jamal Adams wouldn't have been able to do anything. That's not his specialty, my guy. His specialty is not playing the deep ball in center field. His specialty is not that type of coverage at all. He's physical. He can play in the box very well. So it's not like he was going to come in and be a miracle. Third, I
just want to say on that, though, all I want is now that I know that Mosey, he's seen, he realizes Mosey will never, ever let Hill run by him like that again. That is the last time that's ever going to happen.
Ever. Yep. Thirdly, what was I going to say thirdly? I told you so. When we were talking about Jamal Adams, and people were calling me crazy because I said, I don't care to try to give away the farm to pick him up. I don't care if he ends up in Seattle. And I was getting killed in the comments, particularly by, the same dude that I mentioned before, who I just can't say anything right. But they were killing me about that. And I'm like, look, man, Jamal Adams, he's a dope player. He really is. But he will not come to San Francisco and be some type of savior. That's just not what it is. And I don't fear him to the degree where he ends up in Seattle and I'm going to lose sleep. He can get it too, right? Like I said. But they can all get the business.
But Mel, Good Morning Football people already said, well, looks like the Hawks brought in something to maybe his job is going to be, can you slow down George Kittle? Because Bobby Wagner, George likes playing him, so it's on you. Boy, I tell you what, I can't wait.
That's the thing with Kittle that makes him so valuable. You can't put a linebacker on him because he's too quick and fast for the linebackers.
And
you can't put a defensive back on him because they're too light in their rear end. He's going to throw them around. That's what makes him such a matchup problem. There's nothing you can do with him. You're going to have to double team him. You're going to have to play bracket coverage. And what that means is our other big-time players will be one-on-one.
Yes.
Because they're so focused on Kittle.
George will be that decoy that makes it easier for everybody else. So your team, you're helpless on defense. You can't. Go ahead. Send a couple of dudes after George. You maybe should send 3 because 2 dudes ain't enough. So now, good God, that's going to be bad. Especially if Hurd and Taylor are on the field as well. Oh, my God. Oh.
This is about to be great. I'm not saying we're going to walk through the division or walk through the NFL, but I'm saying we're going to get through, man. We're coming out, bro. We're coming out. We're punching on a lot of teams along the way. Like I said a long time ago, a few months ago now on your show, and I'll end it with this. If you look at last season, for the majority of the games, it was either the offense or the defense that were firing on all cylinders, and we were still winning. When you look at all the games that we played where both the offense and the defense were doing their job, it wasn't even close. We were wiping teams off the mat, man. So, and that consistency is going to come with the experience that we have. So now that we're more experienced, we're going to have more games where both the offense and the defense
and rolling
are rocking and rolling.
All right, Bill.
And we're punching on a lot of people, man. Did you see? See what?
We got to pull up, Mel. We're way over time now.
Did you see what see what Quan posted, man. He got tight. He's out for blood. So
I tell you, it's
I'm
gonna
looking
be
and I'll see
crazy.
you Wednesday, my bro.
All right, fam.
Yeah.
I'll see you Wednesday,
blood,
Mel. All right.
Yes, sir. I'm
Night,
gone.
Mel. Oh God! See, everybody's all fired up tonight, man. I said, this thing is, I can't. We just had to get this season in, and there's going to be a lot of questions answered, and a lot of people are going to be saying a lot of different things, even amongst 49er fans that don't believe in certain players. Hey, Danny 4949. There's a name you can't lose. You ever forget? Thanks, Danny. I see your contribution there, fam. I've been called on it now. I ain't gonna make no mistakes on that again. I always appreciate it, fam. Thanks. Hey, and Dollar, Bill, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Will, man, Sherman has just made me see something. I already knew. I already said, I got Jimmy coming off an injury, learning one of the most complicated offenses in the NFL. I got a lot of wide receivers running around out there with rookie status and above until I got Sanders. Of course, and people still think Jimmy's sorry. If you put Sanders out on the field and give him another couple of polished vets, or even give him Trent Taylor, give him something to work with other than George Kittle, then I want to talk about Jimmy G and how good or bad he is, right? And then Sherman talk about the defense is all ready to roll, and people still try to say, man, 49ers, they got to deal with that hangover. No, we don't have. The 49ers don't drink. We ain't got no hangover. So what a chance of us going back to the Super Bowl. I mean, is it realistic?
Absolutely, Ronbo. I believe it is realistic because, we're going to have players coming back that was injured, and with them coming back on the field, it's going to make this team even better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of bittersweet because the preseason was canceled, and then you got the rookies that's coming in. They won't be able to get a first hand look of how the NFL is with the preseason. But I believe Kyle's gonna have those guys' minds prepared for battle come the regular season.
Ooh, that's key right there, Will. That is key. Kyle's not gonna let them dudes be thinking the wrong way.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the jobs that you have as a head coach. You got to get your players prepared mentally. You already know you're gonna have to be prepared physically, but you got to be prepared mentally because the NFL is about being prepared mentally and physically. So Kyle's gonna get those guys' mind right. I believe Kyle's not gonna put too much on the rookies that they cannot handle out there in the field.
Another good point.
So he's gonna try to make it. Yeah, so he's gonna try to make it real comfortable for the rookies, until they can learn more and get in more in depth with the playbook and whatnot. So,
Will, let me just ask you something about that. Here's the thing, because Javon is a rookie. Now he ain't. You know what? You're gonna see a lot in the first 2-3 weeks probably of Solomon T starting at that spot. So here's the thing, because you got to bring him along slowly, because we didn't have no preseason, and he hasn't gotten enough burn. Will Solomon T be able to hold up his end of the deal, or will Javon come in and, fortunately for us, shock us like Bosa did last year when Bosa came right off the first game? I'm killing everything out here. Boy, Javon is bigger and badder than Nick. Boy, I'm afraid to make a prediction, but that's what you're talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't think Solomon Thomas got it at all. But I understand they want to start him off, those few weeks. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna put Kinlaw in eventually because I don't think Solomon Thomas can keep it consistent throughout the whole game. So if they do put Kinlaw in starting off, then that's great.
Ooh. So
if I was Kyle, if I was Solid, I'd go ahead and just put Kinlaw in.
Would you start him? Because he needs a little time to adjust.
I would.
Yeah, okay.
I would, because you got major players around him on that D line that's gonna give him opportunities.
True.
So yeah, I'd go ahead. Why not? I'd go ahead and put him in. He ain't like we got other players.
You know what? Let him practice a little bit. If Kyle and Solid think, you know what? I think we can start him. It could happen. But I got a feeling it's not. But maybe.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and put Kinlaw in because you got stars around him. So
he's gonna be in the rotation no matter what. But I want to start him.
It'll benefit him. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But as a whole, man, these guys got first-hand experience at the Super Bowl. They know what it's like. So they shouldn't have no problem going back. We just have to, stay healthy, and just continue to have that dog mentality, and just know that can't nobody, F with us. Point blank period.
Mm-hmm.
I believe those guys can get back. I'm not saying that to be a homer, but just look at who we got. We brought most of our players back.
Yes.
Right. We got continuity. We brought most of our players back. It's not like we left anybody behind. We brought Kyle and John did a great job trying to bring everybody back, and we got everybody back. They all know what it was like
valuable
last year.
Experience.
So they come back this year.
Exactly.
Right. It should be nothing now. It shouldn't be nothing to them now.
It's like Rich says, they ain't got to be asking me no questions no more. They got the answers.
Right.
Now get your butt out there and do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, it is what it is, man. And, got to get your hands off to Seattle getting Jamal Adams. Okay, y'all won the Jamal Adams sweepstakes, but y'all still got other problems. We complete. Y'all still got other problems. You know what I'm saying? So, Jamal Adams coming in, doing this and doing that, blitzing that. I'll tell you what, Jamal, you coming in blitzing, man. Good luck, bro. Because you got Trent Williams and George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk you got to go through to get Jimmy. You ain't just got one lineman that you got to go through. You got to go through two levels. So you got to go through two levels. You got to go through Trent or either George, and then on the second level, you got to go against Kyle Juszczyk. So good luck, bro.
And the ball will be gone.
And the ball will be gone by the time you get there. So it is what it is, man. And Seattle secondary is still inexperienced. Yeah, Diggs and Adams probably be the most experienced guys you got back there. You know what I'm saying? You got an offensive lineman from Seattle that's already opted out. He's supposed to be starting the season. He already opted out. He's not even coming in practice or nothing.
Offensive lineman
you already starting off with problems.
And they don't have that many offensive linemen worth a damn anyway. That's hilarious.
Right. So.
Oh, you talking about the center?
Man, so,
and the center got either cut or released or something. Remember DJ Jones did this center last year? Get out.
Yeah, the dude.
Wait.
Yeah, the dude opted out because of the COVID-19. He's opted out because he don't want to get the COVID, so he's knocked out. Right. So they already starting off, off the wrong foot. So it is what it is, man. So, ain't nobody stopping us in the NFC. Only team I'm giving my respect to is the Saints. Only reason I said the other night about the Cardinals because of what they doing, how they spending their money, how they doing the draft. That's the only time I gave the Cardinals credit. But the only major team in the NFC I'm fearing is the Saints, and and other than that, man, it is what it is, man. We going back, bro. So.
Well, we got to go. Time's up on us. But listen, I'll be back Wednesday after we find out what I don't know if the media's gonna be allowed in, but normally it's on Wednesday, so we'll see what happens then, and we get on it. All right, fam.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TSP fam, man. Play up on the Dre, Trade, Big Show, Russo, all them guys, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, all them guys, man. Hey, man, Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. Won't be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus to be announced. All right, Ronbo.
Yes. Like, Will.
All right, man.
Boys, it's so good to be able to talk smack. I just wish this was going to be a regular season. Oh, my God. Hey, Rick.
What's good, sir?
Oh, Rick, man, I'm just sitting here, man. I got a kick out of Richard Sherman with his PFF conversation, and he echoed my sentiments. I said, you know what? Dang it, I knew it. It wasn't so much about the players. We're talking about a bunch of kids that never been here, and some of them second and third year players. You got Jimmy G coming off an injury and coming right out of the field to go lead the team. It was supposed to be maybe first or second round of playoffs. The dudes got to the Super Bowl with what they had last year. Now, experience, Jimmy with a whole year with Shanahan and no more injury. Oh.
Absolutely.
Last year would have been too much if they would have won that. But now, I tell you, I do like the chances.
Absolutely.
But Rick, go ahead, amplify.
All right. First, let me give definitely praying for that young man Keenan and
Justin
resting and having Ashley whatever that stated. You know what I'm saying? On to a happier note. Look, my team is ready. I told you we're not fearing nobody. Look, nobody's doubting Jamal Adams, but the thing about him, if you know, he's a box safety. So that means he's pretty much he's an 8-man in the box. He's going to give you great for run support. But that's good. Come down there, drop down in the box, because that means you're one less person in the secondary. And if you don't think that Kyle Shanahan, the best offensive play caller in the entire NFL, I don't care what nobody says, you don't think that he'll
take
specifically carve up mismatches for him. You're like, oh, you think you're good, right? Let's see what you do with Kittle this time. Okay, let's see what you do with Ayuk next time. Let's see what you do with
Taylor, one of the best slant runners
Taylor,
in the league.
or whatever the case may be. And because the thing about it, he's, like I said before, he's a box safety. He's not a center fielder. So therefore, he's not somebody that's going to be able to diagnose a lot of plays, passing plays. He's better closer to the line, like an extra linebacker. So, and besides that good night. Seattle gave up everything for him. And I'm not worried about him, but you know what? That's
first-round picks. Not one, two.
Number ones in a third rounder, a player. So, but you know what? All that means is that really shows the respect that the NFC West has for our squad, because they're so scared. They know it. Last year they got Jalen Ramsey. Oh, we're supposed to be so scared about Jalen Ramsey. So what? Jalen Ramsey was right there on the 3rd and 26, on the 3rd and 16. Wasn't he right there on the 3rd and 16?
Yeah, he was.
When he completed the pass, he was right there on the 3rd and 16, looking back.
Boom!
Looking at Taylor Mays like, man, you're supposed to help me. So I don't care about none of these dudes. Jimmy G this year, man.
That's how you do when you get embarrassed. You start blaming people right in the middle of the field.
Oh, yeah.
That's shameless.
Exactly.
Oh!
Exactly, dude. It's just like, look, Jimmy G is coming back this year better than last year. And you know what? I went back and looked at the tape, and the one I think that'll show everybody what Jimmy G is really more capable of, look at when Jimmy G played against the Jaguars the first year.
That's what I've been trying to tell people.
That was the T-shirt and hat game where they were just coming down here to celebrate a division win. No, sir. Jimmy G was on rollouts. Jimmy G, he was dialing them up, man. So look, we got better receivers. We're gonna have even better running back core this year, man. Our defense is gonna be better, and everybody knows, like Sherman said, everybody knows. 6 minutes away, man. And you know what's honestly another thing I listened to on another show that people are maybe not be aware of. We got an analytics guy this year. He was kind of like the Kyle Shanahan of analytics. So we'll have somebody else in Kyle Shanahan's ear, like, hey, according to the analytics on this 4th down, you have a higher probability with this play versus this play, and this play versus this play. So we don't have to worry about in the future getting cute and get away from stuff that we know that's working. So look, I know he's been working with his dad, I'm pretty sure, in the off season, because his dad's like, look, dude, I'm 3-0. I won one with the 94 49ers, and I won back-to-back with Denver Broncos, dude. So if you stick with my formula, you got the zone read down with the running, you got the quarterback that you need, and so what you're going to do is just learn the situational football. There's certain times when you're going to lean more on the pass like we did in the Saints game. There's certain times you're going to lean more on the run game like we did in the Green Bay or the Minnesota game. But whatever is working at that point, I don't care, because the thing about it is when it comes to winning it all, you can ask Trent Dilfer if he cares what his stats were. All he knows is he won a Super Bowl. He don't care. He don't care that he didn't do that much, whatever. And that's what it is this time. It's like, dude, yeah, somebody may have doubted Jimmy G, and I'm already saying already, this dude's going to be top 5 in the NFL. He's going to shock, man. I'm so ready. I'm ready for the. I'm so hyped for the team.
It takes a minute to learn Kyle's offense, but when you do, and you got receivers on the other end and know what they're doing too, look out for Jimmy.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
my God. Jimmy G's going to look miles. Going to look twice as good as he would last year. And last year, he almost threw 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 13 picks, and you knew at least 4 or 5 of them were
should have been
drills that shouldn't have been hit. They shouldn't have even gone.
George had 2 touchdowns that got called back. Yeah.
Oh my God! So dude, we're gonna be better this year, man. I'm telling you right now, I keep saying it. We're winning the Super Bowl 55, Jimmy G, MVP, man, and we about to start a new dynasty. Everybody, hey, get out there, continue the social distance, wear your mask, be safe, man. Prayers up for that man and his girlfriend who passed away, man. We're back, man. I'm telling you, I want smoke with everybody. Everybody. And like I said, in the DFW area, all my DFW listeners out there that I'm pretty sure you listen to all this cowboy, cow chip crap all day long. I promise you, let these suckers know, because December 20th, if we're able to get on AT&T Stadium, I promise you, we're going to make it a sea of red.
All right, Rick, good stuff. We'll see you Wednesday,
y'all have
okay?
Night of Faithful, all right, absolutely. Night of Faithful, Night of Empire, man. See you on Wednesday. Have a good evening, man.
You too, fam. Night, Rick.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Yeah, I love the spirit rolling tonight. Boy, I can't get nobody to stop. But you know what? These are just, it's not all about homerism or blue and gold or red and gold glasses. These are just nothing but facts. Pure and simple. Phil, Mr. Chill Pill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. Well, Phil, I'm enjoying tonight. We're putting all the facts out there. Most of us just don't believe there's a better collection of football players anywhere in the NFL from top to bottom than the 49ers. They may have a couple players here and there that are better.
I agree.
But from top to bottom, this is a rugged, tough, talented team. And then a coach that's coaching it.
We're
Whoa!
the best team. I agree.
We're
the best team.
Add some more. Because, Phil, I know you can add plenty.
Well, okay. So you look at Seattle. All right, let's compare us to Seattle.
Good.
We've got a better defensive line.
Yep.
By far.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a better offensive line.
Those are very important.
Far.
Very important.
Our linebacker core is equal, if not better. You know, they say, you got, what's his name, the middle linebacker.
They got Wagner. Who else is back there with Wagner?
What's his name?
See, Phil, if both of us can't, I don't know, and you have to think about it for a minute, he can't be that good. This KJ Wright, where's Wright? Wright's on...
KJ. That's
KJ's back there.
KJ Wright is one. Yeah. But who else?
See.
So, I would put our
Hawks fans, you guys are running around in there. I'm serious. Who's your third guy back there? Who's your Sam?
You don't know. No, I don't know.
That's what I'm asking. Because Hawks fans are always running around
here. As far as their defensive backs go, they got a good safety with a box safety
Adams. Yeah.
with Adams. And then who else?
The one kid's not bad, but Flowers is trash. I mean, you could run your offense through Flowers all day long, unless they plan on replacing him. They picked up another kid that got caught for robbery, and I don't know if they're going to allow him back in the league. If it was Lynch and Shanahan, he would not be coming back to San Francisco. Armed robbery? Are you serious? God, no. That makes the whole team and the organization look bad.
I'm just saying that we've got a better defensive backfield overall than they do.
Oh, somebody named Jack Daniels.
And now you talk about
offensive
linemen.
Funny, Tony.
You go offensive linemen. We've got better offensive linemen than they do, by far.
Yes. By miles.
And then we've got a better fullback. We've got a better running back. And quarterback, that's where the question is. You got Russell Wilson against Jimmy G.
Well, I'm going to give it to Wilson.
If Jimmy G
right now. Wilson
I'll give it Russell, but right now. But I think Jimmy G's going to improve. And you know what? If he improves, there's no doubt we're going to win this division.
Yeah. When I say Russell I'm going by Russell's accolades and his history and the things that he gets done. He is talented, I must say.
But he's slowing down.
I know.
He's slowing down.
Yeah.
And he's getting older. And he's not going to be able to avoid the rush as much as he used to be. So God, Nick Bosa, Armstead,
That's frightening.
Kinlaw, DJ Jones, Tomlin T.
Don't forget about Fred. Fred's gonna have a year this year.
Oh, come on, man! You're gonna be in his face every 5 seconds.
When you come to rosters, Phil, you're right. The Hawks don't compare with the 49ers. I do look at, though, and they also, the same positions you brought up, is the Cardinals. I don't know what they're going to bring to the table this year. I didn't understand them last year, and I was right.
They're still immature.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's true.
They don't have the veterans. They don't have the guys that have been there like the Niners have. We went to the Super Bowl. So that experience is huge. So, I just think that, I think the division is ours, honestly.
Yeah, no, really. And the Rams, talk about the Rams.
I'm worried about,
that's always a comedy
Orleans.
relief. Yeah.
I'm worried about New Orleans.
Everybody
and probably Baltimore and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. But other than that, I'm not worried.
And we don't play the Titans. So,
no.
Well, the Titans got to get out of the AFC. If we see them, we wouldn't be into the Super Bowl.
I'm good with this year. I just want football because I know how good we are. That's my biggest point is we don't play football. We're losing out on a
year where we could have dominated. So it can't happen. Phil, don't even talk into existence. Oh, God.
That's my biggest worry. That's my biggest threat. So, you know what, Ronbo? I'm not worried about Seattle. We're done. They're done. They're done for now, and they're done for the future.
And they better sign Clowney, or it's going to be worse. It's going to be a bloodbath.
They're not going to sign Clowney. They don't have the money.
Well, that's what I thought, too. But somebody said they're trying to talk to him, or maybe trying to offer him an incentive contract. But the thing is, otherwise it's going to be a bloodbath.
He's not going to take that.
Oh, man.
He's already got an offer from Tennessee for like 16, 17 mil.
Really?
He's not going to take some from Seattle.
Incentive-laden contract. And he wants to play for the Jets as well.
And you know what? Kudos out to Mostert. He took incentive-laden, contract.
Yep.
That you know what? I'm good for him. I mean, I'm glad for him. I think Mostert's going to be.
He's going to be.
He's going to do it for us this year.
All right.
Exactly.
And Phil, I'm gonna see you on Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Phil. Have a great
All
night,
right,
too.
Thanks. Take care.
You, Phil. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. And we hustle over to Jay. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, we're sitting here trying to figure out, is Richard Sherman crazy, or is he telling the truth when he says, man, this team's hungrier, more experienced, and ready as ever to get back. We can't hardly wait to get back on the field. I said, Sherm, I'm telling you, man, experience is everything. Now they know. It's like if you ever boxed or anything like that, you get knocked out or punched down, you get up. All right, see, I seen that move. All right, do it again. And that's what I'm saying. 49ers are at that point. Do it again. Oh, I do love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think he's absolutely right. You know, dude is a very intelligent man, so he knows what this team is capable of doing. He knows the coach. He knows Kyle Shanahan's a great coach. He got a great quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We got a solid running game. You know, we're hungry. You know what I'm saying? And Richard Sherman wants to come here and win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He been to Super Bowls, so the man, he's knowledgeable of the game. So he's absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Without a shadow of a doubt, I believe 100% that our team can go back there to the Super Bowl and win it. You know what I'm saying? We just can't be ourselves. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why we lost a few of them games and the Super Bowl because we beat it ourselves. If we don't beat ourselves, we can win the Super Bowl. with no shadow of a doubt, we can win it.
And here's the thing, Jay. People are still thinking it's going to be all about the defense next year. Jay, do you really think that Shanahan's going to let a team of his go 3 back-to-back seasons without an exhibition and a demonstration on how to roll them on an offense? This is another thing people are not anticipating. A lot of people still think Jimmy G can't run an offense, and Kyle's not going to trust him, and he's going to run the ball.
They foolish. They foolish, Ronbo, because if you think about it, this man had a year and a half to be under Kyle Shanahan. He won 5 straight games. The first year he got traded with us. Then got hurt, you know what I'm saying? It was a little off year, and then he got hurt. I think 3 games, you know what I'm saying? And then come a full season and take us to the Super Bowl. Come on, man. Y'all tripping if y'all think Jimmy Garoppolo is not a franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
And in fact, let me address GB Vull. Are you talking about Garoppolo returns NFL top 100 players ranked number 43 on the 2020 list? GB, where have you been? Shay was the first caller. We talked about that already. That's not news. Not now. We already went through that.
Exactly. They sleeping on Garoppolo, and I like that. I'm glad they're sleeping on him.
The players know. Yeah, the players know.
Yeah, the team know what he can do because they be around that man 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So they know him, and Brady probably know what this man can do. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he got him. Why he got him pushed out of town.
Exactly.
Somebody said during practice, from a distance, you couldn't tell the difference between Tom Brady and Jimmy G the way that ball was popping into spots and hitting receivers. See, that's a Jimmy G I feel like will return this year. Because like you're saying, when he first came, Jimmy G was large and in charge on that field. So
he was running. He was commanding that offense. He was running that offense like an NFL quarterback. He did not look like a
the man has been sitting down for years.
String quarterback. He looked like a starter, you know, and he went 5-0. You know what I'm saying? So that's really hard to do.
Close games
from
too.
Sitting on the bench most of the year, and then come get traded to a team and win 5 straight games.
With 2 receivers.
I haven't seen that done. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have seen it done.
And with 2 receivers, 3, Kendrick played a role, but it was mostly Trent Taylor and Marquise Goodwin. George Kittle wasn't a star just yet. You remember that?
Yeah, exactly. And then when he went down, he showed out the next year. So now that Jimmy got comfortable with George Kittle, it's gonna be a monster year. Kittle's working hard. Kendrick is working hard. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's working hard. You know what I'm saying? And the people who ain't working hard, they gonna be on the bench. You know what I'm saying? If they don't produce on the field, they gonna be on the bench because Kyle ain't playing that mess no more. He's got his squad, and they gonna just move forward. So you either gonna roll with them or you gonna get rolled over. You know what I'm saying?
You bring that up because we already know. We'll find out quick who Kyle Shanahan is not appreciating. Remember both Matty B and Dante P? But them boys, they spent a lot of time standing over next to Kyle, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. And he's not playing. He's not playing no games with that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got rid of Matty B, and Dante's on notice. So, it's going to be interesting to see.
He's going to be next if he don't produce. Him and Solomon T. If you don't come out here and produce, Solomon Thomas should have been gone a long time ago. You were number 1 pick. Yeah. You should have been gone. I mean, because you ain't producing, man. Playing hard, that's for third to 6th round pick.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you consider a draft number 1, and all you doing is playing hard, you can play hard, but at the same time, if you're not producing as a number 1 pick, you got to go.
That's it. Jay, we got to go, Jay. Let me see Wednesday. We're going to find out. Hopefully the media gets in to give us some 911 on what is going on in Santa Clara. All right?
All right.
Appreciate you, Ronbo. You have a good night, brother.
I appreciate you too.
Always
Night,
enjoy
Jay.
talking to you.
All right, Phil. Appreciate you. Night.
No doubt.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what happens next. And if you play for Kyle Shanahan and you end up with standing on the bench or standing on the sideline, you notice how the cameraman keeps putting the camera on you. I mean, you look at Matty B, the camera's on him every few minutes, and then he put the camera on Dante. Man, if I was not playing on this team, I would say, Coach, you know what? Can I just play a little bit? What? I mean, Coach, come on, man. Everybody I know is giving me grief, man, because they think you don't like me. Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on?
D, man, I'm sitting back here. Richard Sherman got me all pumped up. I'm laughing because I'm saying, I knew it, man. Some of the things that you saw last year show you how good that team is. And had they known better on a few different situations, we could have went 19-0. That team was actually a team with capabilities to go undefeated. Every game we lost, teams, boy, the games we lost, how did we lose? Field goal kicked into the parking lot. The fumble by George Kittle throwing the ball out of bounds against the Falcons. The Kyle calling the wrong set of plays against the Ravens. Other than that, the 49ers could have won every last one of them games, and you already know about the playoffs. They've won those handily until 6 minutes to go. What could not happen happened. So, I'm feeling good about this team and everybody coming back. But, D, amplify them, because I know you. You know where the creases and the Achilles heel is on this team right now. And go ahead, D.
First off, I want to say shout out to Jimmy G and Fred Warner for being
43 number 70
on the top 100 list. I'm very happy that we got two 49ers that already made it.
Yes.
You got to look at another thing.
D, one question on that before you go any further. With 30 spots to go, can we put another 49er in there? Where's Eric Armstead?
George Kittle.
We got 3. George is already in. No, George is already in, right?
No.
What? Okay. He'll be in a minute. Oh, wow. How do you put George Kittle? Is Travis Kelce in? I got to go look at that. What?
If George Kittle is already in and he's anywhere outside of the top 20, I'm calling BS. And I'm gonna go off on the NFL on Twitter.
If chat,
Instagram,
if you know anything about what's going to watch the whole thing, is George Kittle not in yet? Wow.
I don't think so.
And I'd put Nick Bosa in too.
You gotta think about it, man. Like George Kittle is such a monster. They're gonna have to put that man in the top 20 at the bare minimum. At a bare minimum, if you put George Kittle anything outside of the top 20, you just
I forgot. The count is going up. Up. It's yes. So Kittle and watch Nick make it in the top 20.
He most likely will, and they'll be talking about him. But I have some bad news for everybody. Unfortunately, if you don't already know, Richie James has been diagnosed with the coronavirus.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. He's on a COVID. He's on a special list. NFL COVID injury.
It does not bode well. He already had a hell of a time trying to make the team. Now with him having a broken wrist and being pushed down on the depth chart by all of the talent we have at wide receiver, this is not making it easier for him to get on the squad.
See, I didn't want to say that. See, Dion, you just killed his whole chances. That's a bad vibe. Don't do that to him.
It's a bad vibe, but it's as far as the squad, I've been hearing everything, and let me tell you, we are on back to the Super Bowl. For anybody that hates on us and believes that we aren't, you go have fun with that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way in hell that we are going to have a hangover with the type of team that we have assembled. We just got Raheem the Dream a ton of incentives, so he can go ahead and almost double what he's going to make. Now, the key to that is it's yet to be seen if those incentives will be reached. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, and I've seen it with different organizations. Organizations will hold you back so you don't reach incentives.
You think they do it like that? Somebody else mentioned that in the chat.
You never know. You never know. You may tell Raheem your incentive is get 150 carries and we'll give you 150 G's, or you get 10 touchdowns and we'll give you 200 G's, whatever the case is.
They
may
said,
hold out.
But you heard people talk about Tevin Coleman must have been on an incentive package last year with the reason why he had to start every game. I had to laugh.
Well, yeah, he definitely had to. But, I mean, I would say, it's going to be a situation where, we have way too many weapons for us to fall off and fall behind. I already know that much. We're definitely good with whatever we do need. So I know that, with everything going on, we got to be able to put down 80 people. So we're going to have to cut some of these no-name dudes that don't nobody care about. The Amichis, the Demetrius Fleming and Foles and
did you hear the
Johnsons and all that?
D, I think it's an option. The 49ers have already said they're going to start with 90.
Oh, so they're going to split up the snaps? Because, weren't they supposed to split them up if they are able to I think they're supposed to split them up into two facilities if they keep 90. If I'm not mistaken, that was probably one of the
but that 10-man cut's not going to take place just yet. I don't know how they're going to do that exactly. I guess you're saying they could split them up.
I look at it like this: guaranteed, you'll have certain people that will wind up making it because, unfortunately, you'll have people that will wind up either getting sick or being injured, and it's a hard situation because I can tell you right now that when you see these guys get injured and get hurt, it messes things up. One thing that I will tell you is I'm not buying this Debo taking longer than what he's supposed to take to get back. I think that Debo has a body, and I think he will be back for the start of the season.
He already promised that, D. D, we got to pull up, though. We got to get D one-on-one. We will, too, D, because I ain't always having to cut you off. But we got to stop because we already started too late.
It's all good, brother. I appreciate the platform. Appreciate what you do. Everybody, stay faithful, stay safe. When you go into businesses, please mask up. Don't be out there being a killer. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't be a killer.
Cali's got to stop this. AZ too.
Y'all stay
safe. D's in AZ. Yeah, you guys got a hot spot. This is crazy. We're going to stop it, though. Let's go peek out. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good evening, brother.
You too, D. Oh, man. Okay, click up Dion. When you get a chance, he's got content rolling constantly on some of the situations he talked about here today. Hey, Elvis! Ellis. See, Ellis gets wrapped up with the kids. He can't get away. We got to be careful. Get ready. Elliot. Because Elliot be hollering.
Oh, man, you already know I was already waiting on you. What's up, Ronbo?
Elliot, man. I mean, Sherman had a interview today with PFF, and Sherman just put it out there. Like a lot of us already knew. Man, these guys, they ain't got to be asking me all them questions no more. They got experience now. They're just ready to roll. They're eager to get back out there. The season can't get started fast enough. Because you got people talking about, man, the 49ers, they got to go through that Super Bowl hangover. This ain't no Super Bowl hangover team, Elliot. Don't let it.
We ain't LA.
That's right. If anybody starts out with you, Elliot, get in their face and explain to them why they got to stop doing better quality of dope.
Look.
Because that's crazy.
Ronbo, I know I ain't got a lot of time, so let me please jump in when I say, listen here, first and foremost, first and foremost. What we did last year, we overachieved. Do you hear me? We had injury-riddled team especially on a bona fide defense that should have been number one. Had everybody been there? From all levels, the first, the second, the third level, all of them. Do you hear me? All of them. And then we turned around and had injury-riddled offensive line where we had not one but two people to have to come in. Now, and three, if we count our center as well. Three different linemen had to come in on top of our line, a freaking fullback, okay? We had to put a tight end at fullback. So, and we did all of that with an injury. The only reason why we got Sanders was off the strength that Hurd and Trent Taylor was hurt. Without them, we don't get Trent Taylor. I mean, we don't get Sanders. Because we happy with what we got already. You hear me? So we going with that. Now, after all of that, guess what we did? We beat the crap out of teams. Ain't nobody couldn't beat us past 7 points or 3 points. You feel me? Or overtime game. We beat the crap out of teams. We made them look totally. We made Rodgers look totally just get rid of them.
And what did we do in New Orleans? What did we do inside it?
Oh my God!
Who that? We that?
That was probably. We did everything that we supposed to do with a team that was supposed to not be ready. Like you said, we should have been out first or second round with the team we had. But guess what we did? We went past all of that, and we went to the Super Bowl, and we lost in the last few minutes of the game. Okay, a lot of that got to do with coaching. It ain't got nothing to do with the players. It got a lot to do with coaching. Coaching, pay attention to what's going on. I guarantee you, we win that Super Bowl this year. I agree. It is Super Bowl or bust.
I just want to spotlight that part. You take Mike Person out of the game and put your Brunskill in. Kyle, Mike Person can't do nothing with Chris. Get him out of there.
No,
Kyle
God.
stayed with Person.
You take them out, and then two. I want to say this, please, before you get rid of me. Listen, anybody, all these guys that keep talking about Jimmy Garoppolo, hang up on him. Hang up on him and tell him come back tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll come back on the next day. You know why? Because Jimmy G has been better than every quarterback we have had on our team beyond Joe Montana and freaking Steve Young. Tell him look at the stats. Ain't none of them had 100-year or no better completion ratio. They have not had a better season. Except Jeff Garcia had a great season, but guess what he went? He went 6-10. He went 6-10 the year that he threw 30 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. But ain't nobody talk about this fact.
Right, Elliot. But listen, who did he have as his wide receivers? I'm talking about Garcia.
I have Jalen Hurd, Trent Taylor.
No. Hey, Elliot. Garcia. Who did he have for his wide receivers that year? As I remember, I think he had a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
He came in and had inherited a wide receiving core. Okay, he had Terrell Owens. He had Jerry Rice. He had Brent Jones. He had all of these cats who can run and catch out the backfield.
This is what I've been trying to tell people. You give Jimmy somebody to throw the ball to.
Yes.
And now watch what happens.
Give him those receivers. Let him inherit a wide receiving core like that instead of a first or second year third players and see what happens with Jimmy G. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this. Everybody want to talk about how bad Jimmy G was. I will say this. His only thing I need him to do this year, learn how to throw the ball away and live another down.
Yeah.
Other than
that is one thing I do have a problem with.
He went 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions the second half of the season. Who else did that? Name them.
You know,
all these great players,
but
Patrick Mahomes and everybody else.
They had all
the MVP of the league. Did they do better?
City. But Elliot, you know what? Here's the thing about Jimmy. That's the kind of player he is, which is going to play off this year. Because see, the thing is, Jimmy does not like to abort plays. He thinks he can make a play. Even when the play is done, Jimmy is still looking to make a play. He's got to learn not to do that. But now he's got receivers that will make that play happen for him if they can stay on the field. Because I said Debo's going to be a bad man. Trent Taylor is one of his favorite guys from the past.
That part, and you said it best. Give him time, he will kick your ass.
Oh, God, yes.
He will kick your ass. You give him time. Other than that, the times that he was messing up, he was getting pressured.
Yeah.
You step back and the clowny on you after 2 or 3 steps. I'm on 3-step drop. Okay, then you gonna have any quarterback gonna have a problem. But who else you got that you could say did a better job than him the second half of the season? You got nothing. Nothing. Nobody. So shut up and stop calling in with that crap and do something better than critique Jimmy freaking Garoppolo and be happy we got him. Other than that, put Mullins in and let's see what he can do. Because there ain't nothing else better out there past Jimmy Garoppolo but Mullins.
Baby.
I'm going to call it a night. I love you, boy. I'm telling you have a good night, man. I'm glad that I got a chance to get on and get my little words out, man. And I can't wait to see you on the next topic.
We'll be back Wednesday. All right, Elliot. Appreciate your fam.
Boy, I'm with you.
All right, Elliot.
Have a good one, dog.
You too. My dude, Elliot. I mean, let's go check out. Hey, Hank.
Ronbo, how you doing, my man?
Oh, great, Hank. Man, I'm just feeling all inspired. It's a very scary feeling too, Hank, because I heard about the Marlins, and then I said, oh my God, we got to avoid that. The NFL has to avoid that. But you know what, Hank? I'm thinking between now and the next 30 days, how many days we got before the season starts? We got 30, almost 40-something days.
We got about 40-something days, yeah.
Yeah, I please, COVID's got to leave us alone. Let us have the season. They already shut down baseball, man. I don't want to be next. We got too good of a team, Hank. Richard Sherman's already put it out there. Man, this team, they were unexperienced. They ain't got to ask me no questions now. They know what they need to do, and they know what to expect, and they know how to about going about it. And Hank, they got the talent to do it, too. So, this is what I'm talking about. Man, you're feeling, man.
Well, Ronbo, it's been a while since we talked, man. I'm pretty sure last time we talked was the day before the Super Bowl. I'm sorry I haven't called in.
You haven't gotten over that Super Bowl, have you? A lot of people haven't.
It took a while, Ronbo. I actually got a question for you. I read this about a week or so ago, and I just wanted to know if you came across this article. Did you come across the article about Mike Shanahan storming onto the Super Bowl field to cut? He pretty much went off on a ref. It was a little bit right before halftime, and
no.
I didn't see any of this during the game.
Well, so, somebody needed to. I'm glad to hear that.
It's really interesting. I want to read it for you, and because after I saw this, it made me real happy, to be honest with you. So pretty much what happened is I'm pretty sure after that Kittle call, when they did that right before halftime, the ref went out. The ref went out onto the field and pretty much called the ref, you son of a B, you've had it out for Kyle this entire game. You must be effing blind if you think that was a penalty. And pretty much
Good, Mike! Yes!
After that, he pretty much just went on to say, you're just jealous because he's a star. If you got a problem with us, maybe you should be a real man and we could take this out back. And,
Mike was ready to put the boots to him? Oh! Yeah. God. Man,
it made me real happy to know that my coach has got a pops who's definitely still got his back, even though he's been out of the league for a while.
It's lucky because, in fact, what I wanted to know from those same officials, are you guys really going to turn a blind eye to everything that offensive line? The Chiefs have the worst offensive line in the NFL, yet they're containing the defensive line all day. How do you think they're doing that? Oh God, I've been raging. God,
they were holding the entire second half they were holding, and that's exactly why that second half was completely different. My homeboy was shut down in that entire first half, and there was a reason for that. That was our defensive line. And that second
That's how he got picked off.
They started – I'm talking about, man, they were tackling Bosa. They weren't just holding him. They were tackling my rookie.
And Nick was getting mad, getting up. They paid him no attention. I said, man, what are you –
And my guy was still getting in the backfield, man. My rookie is still getting in the backfield, and they couldn't stop him. And at a certain point, and if you go back and watch I finally did it. It took months. I went back and I kind of went back and watched the game. But they weren't even showing that many replays in the second half because they knew exactly what was going on.
It was egregious. And it got to the point it was embarrassing for the NFL. You guys sent those guys out there on purpose. You knew his crew wouldn't make those calls. He makes a call that he doesn't need to make against George Kittle, but he won't make any other call during the horse case. Whose advantage does that play to? Of course it plays to the Chiefs' advantage because we don't need to hold. God.
Yeah, and Ronbo, Mike noticed it too. He went off to say, and you haven't called a single effing thing on this Mahomes kid either. Did someone pay you off? Who the hell is your boss? Because I'm going to make sure you're out on the street after this. And they pretty much removed him from the field.
Where can I find that article, Hank? Where can I find that article? What's the title?
Ronbo, honestly, on Google, just type in Mike Shanahan going off on a ref.
That's all I need. I'll remember that.
And it's hilarious, Ronbo, and it really made me happy to know. I was like, okay, I'm not the only one who was noticing this, right? Like, you know, the first half, you know, the game was neck and neck. You know, we weren't playing our best football, but they definitely weren't. Yep. And the second half, you know, they weren't calling anything, and I guarantee. I remember helmet to helmet on Jimmy.
Oh.
You know, I don't even remember. I didn't even see this in the highlights. I just remember this from that night. A helmet to helmet, and that 3rd and 20, that 3rd and 15 that Mahomes picked up, Ronbo. I remember saying, "Is anybody going to call this on Nick?" Nick was getting double teamed like crazy. And so if Nick's getting double-teamed, you already know they're holding like hell on D-Buck or Armstead or D-Ford.
Armstead was taken down in a choke hold, Hank. Dude, you know, once you get past offensive lineman, if he's still holding on, damn it, ref, where's the flag? I mean, dude, that was
I'm all for letting him play. You know, it's football. It's an aggressive sport. But come on now. All throughout the season, I remember like millions of holding calls just being thrown left and right, and I didn't even agree with some of them. I'm just like, oh, that's just part of the game.
And Hank, you got to throw the flag sometime just to make a team slow down on that. It's a fraction. You guys, flag. You know, you can't do that on every snap. God.
Yeah, Ronbo, and I'm sorry to get off topic. I know we're talking about the idiots of the West. You know, the Seahawks deciding to throw away a whole.
I agree. You know what? I appreciate allowing me to vent and you to vent. But you know what? The 49ers, I still say they're a better team. But, you know, you could cheat your way to winning. Yeah. I wish we'd learn to cheat more is what I wish. I wish you would stop being honest. They probably would have called it on us, though.
Yeah, I mean, Ronbo, I had a little argument with a Seahawks fan the other day. I said, can you tell me a team in the West?
That's all they can do.
Name me a team in the West that can compete with us right now. The playoffs, they might as well have just put us in the Super Bowl because that was outrageous. 27-0 in the NFC Championship. Like, come on, those guys didn't even. Those guys wanted to go home at halftime. Come on.
Hank, we got to go. Thanks, Hank. That was good stuff. I got to look up that article too. I love that kind of stuff.
It was great talking to you, man. I'm gonna be calling in. You know, this is the off season.
You've recovered.
You're the reason this off season goes by a little smoothly, especially with this COVID mess. So great talking to you, man. Always tuning into your show. You be safe out there.
Thanks, Hank. You do the same now. I'm looking forward to hearing from you a little later. All right, night, Hank.
Yes, sir. Bye bye.
Oh God. Hey, Ellis.
What's up, Ronbo?
Ellis, between Sherman getting me all pumped up, knowing how invincible this team could potentially be, and then Hank telling me about Mike's dad going out there doing what we all wanted to do, is give that ref some hell. What are they doing? Call the game, you sons of bees. What are you doing?
Right.
I mean, But anyway, you know what? Maybe not to go back there. It's okay. It's over. They got the little unearned ring. Now we're getting the next time. And you know what Nick Bosa said? I loved what Nick said. Nick said, yeah, well, some things I did last year, I learned a lot from. I won't be overplaying things and doing this and that. Because Nick was all adrenaline last year. This year, it's intelligence along with his skills. It's going to be something to watch. But Ellis, Sherman, his inspiration on letting everybody know the 49ers are no longer inexperienced, baby. That youngins is growing up, and somebody's going to get a whooping. You agree?
Oh yeah. We it's a couple of ass whoopers we got to hand out this year. And I think we need some of those Carolina scores. To be honest, I think we got to start blowing out a couple. I think we need at least 2-3 of those games next year at a minimum. If we can do that, not that it's going to matter. I'm just saying we just need a statement to let these guys know this is not a fluke. This is not a, they just, because of this and because we're as great as we are and we achieved what we needed to and stepped on the teams we needed to and overcame, and this is where we landed. You know what I'm saying? And we got cheated out of the Super Bowl. It's clear, man. We can't. I honestly, if I was a KC fan, I wouldn't even. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Niner fan. I would not feel as, great about getting a ring, just barely. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that there was things that worked into our favor that really wasn't legitimate when it comes to the best man winning. You know what I'm saying? Because they were not the better team. That's clear. But anyway. I'm thankful, I think that we got a lot, to look forward to. I don't think this is a year where guys need to be taking the season off. Please don't do any of that, gentlemen, especially any of our big name players. Guys, don't do that. We got to come through and we got to take this, it's ours for the taking once again. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And
but hey, that's the way to put it. It's the
contract.
49ers championship to lose. Exactly.
Yeah, it's all on us. It isn't. We have nobody really in our way, and Seattle's. Didn't they get that draft pick? Who they got? Stephon Diggs' brother.
Yeah. So
Did they not?
I think so.
Yeah. So they got a couple.
They got somebody's relative.
They were able to get a couple of players. They signed whatever his name was who was on Carolina, who they used to have. Was that linebacker? Or was it defensive lineman? I'm sorry, Bruce Irvin. They signed Irvin and. They got a couple of guys. They're trying to come back. They act like they got something going, but they're not going to put out this fire.
Oh, yeah, Irvin was once their team anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They got Bruce Irvin, and he could play. He's old. He's kind of like whatever, but he's still a big. I'm just saying they're so scared. You can see how frantic this organization is.
They got no offensive line.
That's why they hurry up and got to Jamal Adams. They gave up everything. Ronbo. I know the draft and everything's not going to be much to look forward to, gentlemen. I understand that. But do you still see what the hell they gave up? That doesn't mean that there's not going to be a draft. That don't mean that there's not going to be some two first-round picks, or those picks aren't going to be utilized, strategically, and that they won't get anything from out of that. So, yeah, look what they gave up, man. They mortgaged their future. I mean, Russell Wilson might only have another year, or I don't know what his contract's looking like, but I mean, there was already those talks about him being traded to the Browns for a first round, because they were trying to cut some of that money down. And that might have just been speculation, but I mean, it makes sense if he's getting paid that much damn money and they can't get any other players. They need to delegate those funds elsewhere. Russell, we love you. Thank you. And we're going to keep him moving. You know what I mean? He's not the only, great quarterback in the NFL or potential great. They got guys coming in and out. That's, by the year, and they're willing to take, I guarantee you they'd be willing to take a Jimmy Garoppolo over Russell Wilson if they were able to benefit financially and be able to save some money and delegate things the way we were able to and retain certain guys. So, they're tired of that Russell contract. You know what I mean? And Pete Carroll, like I was saying yesterday, he might be, I don't know, man. He got one more season, Pete. He's a damn good coach, though. Wherever he goes, it's not going to be hard to get a job for that man.
Yeah, because the Hawks are a regular season team. That's what they've been since when did they win that trophy? 13? They've been a regular season team every year. They'll probably win 8 or 9 games again next year, but they're not going anywhere. Yeah. Because you're not going to win without an offensive and defensive line. This is why the 49ers know how to build a team, whereas the Seahawks keep patching it up here, patch up here. You bring back beast mode for the Super Bowl. What? Really? Okay, go ahead. Let's play. That's what they do now. They got no money. Russell Wilson's got everything and got all the money. So you surround them with merry minimums and hope for the best. They got a couple of players. Yeah, they're not really terribly weak. But in 2 years, they're going to get rid of Adams because they can't pay him.
Exactly. So you mortgage all of this. So they're betting on this season being, like their window being very small and very to do anything. I'm not saying even come to close to where we're at, but I mean, it's now or never for them, basically. Mm-hmm. If anything else, this clearly tells us that. And they still might try to pull off something else. I don't know what their money's looking like. But, then they ended up getting that receiver, too, though, from the Patriots. So they've been trying to collectively get little guys here and there, but you're still lacking D or offensive line and stuff like that. So, there's some other holes still there that they're not, trying to make sure that they account for in the midst of.
And I'm sorry, but Adams is not
putting the house up.
The answer to George Kittle. So it's going to be funny to watch. Hey, Alice, good stuff, fam. Let me see you Wednesday after the media gets in there and cuts them up. Because I hope they're going to let them in Wednesday. Usually that's the day.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, shout out to and lastly, I'm just going to say I'm glad we got Mostert. That was easy.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like and what you had brought up, the issue with the incentives. He just needs some incentives, a little more guaranteed money. And look, that's all it took, man. That was easy breezy. We should have been done that. So, but good. I'm glad we got. Yeah, man, we should have done that to begin with. But good, right on. I'm glad we got him. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Thank you always, fam, for your platform.
Thanks,
shout out to the Niner faithful. Download that Ronbo Sports app, man, right now. Hit the like, subscribe, and catch y'all Wednesday, man. Shout out to Justin, man. I pray for your homie right when you was talking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? On some, all right, much respect to your boy. I hope he pulls through.
Yeah.
Take care, Ronbo.
You too, fam.
Much love, champ.
Nice. Here's Ellis. John V, come on in, bro.
Ronbo, my man.
Hey. So, John, I'm sitting there just going over the Richard Sherman statements, and I said, you know what, boy, that's so accurate, I can't stand it. A bunch of kids running around there. Hey, Rich, man, what's up with this? And what's up with that? You've been here so many times. What do we do, Rich? We never been here before, man. Shoot. Now you can ask any one of them, what's up? I said, you got to be battle tested, John. You can go into battle as a novice, and if you survive, you'll come back a grizzled vet. I think that's what we're talking about from here on. We're going to see a different kind of football now.
Without a doubt, Ronbo. Without a doubt. I mean, and Uncle Sherm's been there twice. You know, and the second time means a lot more than the first time, especially if you're chasing a ring. Ronbo, I mean, is it a Super Bowl or bust season? It's going to be tough, man, but I have full faith in my team. I know we can do this. I can't speak on behalf of other teams, Ronbo, that try to go back. But because I don't know that team through and through like I know my guys. But Ronbo, you can't deny that you can't see a grit and you can see it in our team that they were. I mean, that hurt them as much as it hurt me, man. It hurt them 100 times more, brother. Hurt them 100 times more. It broke, especially when they had it right there. But it had to break them. Yeah, Ronbo. I mean, it had to break them 100 times more than it hurt us, man. And that's what I'm relying on to fuel them. And I know we've said it before, but I truly mean it. If it's a Super Bowl or bust, Ronbo, that pain has to amplify them to just be better, man. And because you're right, they know what to expect. They've been tested.
And they know what it takes to do it.
Oh, my God. You know every bit of the grit that it takes. You know those cardiac games that were close. You don't want games to come that close. You don't want to leave little things in the ref's hands that are going to hurt us in the end.
Yes.
You know, that shit, Ronbo, being an athlete myself, we were taught never to leave it in the ref's hands, Do it and do it right. Do it good. Do it like you've been there before. Don't score and act like it's the first time you ever did it. The whole damn world's relying on it.
Been there, done that. Exactly.
Yep. And just be humble, Ronbo, and I believe these guys are going to thrash and tear teams apart.
Yeah, hey, John, you know what you're going to be able to see? Watch the first 4 to 5 games, how the 49ers totally dominate whomever they play. That's what's going to be the most fun part. Because, like I say, now they're well adverse in what Kyle's trying to do. The defense is already just ridiculous, and everybody's coming back too. So teams are going to get just dominated. First 4 or 5 games, it's going to be ridiculous. What I worry about after that first 4 or 5 games, it's my only worry, John, that they notice how easy it is to dominate, and they let off the gas a little bit. It's asking too much for them to stay totally intense for the whole schedule, but I don't want them to get into their head that everybody's going to be an easy cakewalk. You got to play every team.
Yeah.
That's the only concern I have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if there was a game this season to learn that from, Ronbo, it was the Falcons game. I feel like we went into that game. I think we went into that game too confident, and the next thing you know,
it's a bit of last second loss.
So
unbelievable.
So if you want to put that into perspective, just remember the Atlanta game. Like that can't happen again. That can't happen.
And John, what are the chances of George Kittle switching hands, switching the ball from the interior of the field where the contact's coming from to the other hand and throwing the ball out of bounds? That'll never happen again.
Man.
George was going to get that first down, and game was going to be over. No. George throws the ball out of bounds. What are the odds?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen again, Ronbo. So
No, I know.
That resonated in that man's head, man. That's for sure. Because it happened so damn fast, Ronbo. I didn't even see what I meant.
I didn't believe it. I think I went silent. What?
Oh, damn.
George, that's not you. Not you. Anybody but you. Anyway.
Oh man,
it's okay.
Anyway, that's it's gonna be all right. I think this is Rumble. It's not gonna be easy, man. I mean, as confident as I get, sometimes that little voice of reason is tapping me on the head, like, "Come on, bro."
No, normally it should be. But, you got a team that's driven now and knows pretty much what they're doing. I don't know if the 49ers even realize how talented they were last year. I think they remained the way they were all year long. It was because they were always striving because maybe they thought they were better, as good as they could be. And the coaching does that. Because, like, Robert Saleh will never let anybody on his team, anybody on defense, think that they've reached the pinnacle. You notice that?
Right.
I mean, he did that with Ruben. Right. He did that with Nick to a small degree at the beginning until he finally just realized he looks foolish saying things like that to Nick. It's pretty funny. Yep. And Eric Armstead, it's just, Sal lets you know, well, there's some things he could improve on. I love it, So that's what we got.
I look forward to seeing how much Saleh's also grown after that Super Bowl loss, Ronbo. I look forward to seeing. We talk about the players all the time, but I'm looking forward to seeing how the staff respond. Kyle and Scylla especially, Ronbo. I just want to see. I want to know how bad you want it. I want to know how much Scylla's going to prepare. Because, we've got to scheme up a little bit different. We can't come out there the same. We can't come out the same. I'm confident that he learned his lesson, man, because there were some questionable calls, Ronbo, in the Super Bowl, man.
And I've always said that about Kyle. Kyle's learning. At this point, he's been an offensive coordinator for the longest time. He's made some great decisions, but there are times when I think Kyle has to do some growing himself. Remember, he's a 40-year-old coach. He's been coaching for how long? So, those, like everything else, it's all a process. John, we got to go. Hey, yes, I'll see you Wednesday, though, huh?
Ronbo, my man, always a pleasure. I'll see you then.
Thanks,
I appreciate you. Stay safe, my man.
Same here.
All right. Good night, brother.
Night, John. Hey, Greg. Greg.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Greg. Come on in, man.
Hey, man. Sorry. How you been, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a while. How's it going? All right.
Great. Greg, have you been missing because of the aftershock of the Super Bowl? A lot of people are checking back in that haven't thought about the 49ers or tried to get over them since the Super Bowl. And it's understandable because most of us, we had that game locked up, and then all of a sudden things fell apart. But like this is
the caller.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Now the caller. I'm sorry. A few calls back. He put it right. Listen, they just gave that to Andy Reid. That was bullshit. Garoppolo getting hit in the helmet. They're worried about quarterbacks like crazy, and he gets hit in the helmet
under the chin where everybody can see it. Greg,
yeah, that's a first down right there. That continues the drive. It's over at that point if we get that call like every other ref in the world would give you, even in a Super Bowl. You don't hit a quarterback in the head, and then the holding of Bosa. It made me sick. It made me actually sick. And and like I said before to my friends and people that don't even like the Niners, even said that Super Bowl was like totally one-sided, and it didn't make sense because Garoppolo, he would have made that throw to Sanders in the end zone, but I think he was a little shaken up from that hit to the head. I really do.
Yeah, he didn't recover.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was slightly concussed.
I think so. I don't get that. I can scratch my head. Listen. I'm not gonna. You overcome that if you're a great team. But the thing is, I think they were a great team. But there's so many calls that it would just that you cannot. Like you said, Kansas City is not a good offensive line. Sucked. And how the hell
and they contained the 49ers? Oh, come on. Really?
Holding all fourth quarter. It was holding. And it was like, give me a break. I mean, that one play where they like I said, where he completed that pass, you saw Bosa being almost tripped and held. It was like, how do you not make these calls? And I'm screaming at the TV, and I go back to watch it. It hurts. It does hurt because that game should have never added to what it did. It just makes me sick.
Greg, here's the thing, because I felt like, for the viewers' sake, you can't have the 49ers out there dominating on defense. It makes for a boring Super Bowl.
Well, they were.
So
and it makes me sick. I mean, it's just
how do you do that?
How do you do that to a team?
Yeah, it's Andy Reid. He's put in. He's
but
got enough
I don't want to listen. I don't want to say. I don't want to say something, but I wanted to bring up the point that not just that this idiot Grant Cohn. I don't even know who this guy is. This jackal.
Grant's getting it for that last. This is what he does, though.
I mean, like what? Now Tampa Bay is better than us. New Orleans is better than us. I mean, all these teams are better than us. We came within a hair of winning the Super Bowl, and we're talented up the wazoo for the next 5 years. I mean, how the hell are you saying that the Niners aren't, if not the favorite to win or to get there at least? I mean, how is Tampa Bay better than us? Because Tom Brady's there and Gronkowski.
I think he does that.
What the hell?
I think he does that to get attention. Grant likes to stir the pot like that. Because Tampa Bay has still got that same offensive line. They got Jameis Winston killed last year. So, it's going to be interesting to see.
And then, Tom Brady at 43 is going to be running around. He'll be sacked like 20 times. I mean, come on.
They picked up Gronk, and they got a great tight end. They've got a decent offense. I don't know that they're going to be better than the 49ers. This is a little bit of a stretch. I don't know why he would say that.
Nah.
Who else? I don't always read Grant because I don't feel like Grant, he likes to say things that sometimes I'm trying to understand why he says them. But who else did he mention besides Tampa Bay?
Well, it wasn't so much him. New Orleans, they think New Orleans is like, the best team in the NFL. I mean, they've got to be even better than, listen, I don't care for the Chiefs, but the Chiefs were like, one of these idiots, I just read it on WebZone, this former running back put the Chiefs at number 5 and the 49ers at number 6. I mean, how are the Chiefs number 5 if, they just won the Super Bowl? I have no idea.
Who do you?
Out of control.
Is Tampa Bay being placed at number 1?
No, they're being. New Orleans is number 1. Tampa's like number 3. Atlanta's even up there. They're saying.
Atlanta.
It's like, didn't New Orleans get beat by the Vikings and then we kicked the shit out of the? What the hell are these guys smoking? I don't know.
It
doesn't matter. You know what I wanted to tell you that just bugs me. I'm watching baseball. I'm a big Yankee fan. I'm a big Niners fan. My two teams. And. I'm watching, and with the COVID thing, and I'm just wondering how they're going to do it. Yeah. What really kills me, I'm a Jersey guy. I live in Jersey, and I looking so forward to seeing back-to-back Niner games at the Meadowlands. I was going to see the Jets and the Giants, right? And now I don't even know if I can go because I don't even know if you can even be in the stands. This is making me crazy.
You know what? In the first few weeks.
I don't
that's right. That game is in the first few weeks. Greg, I don't think so.
They're going to be staying in Jersey. See, my whole plan, Ronbo, was to go out to Santa Clara. I've never been to a 49ers game in San Francisco because I've just seen the Niners all over the East Coast. I've traveled everywhere to go see them, for the past 30 years. But the thing that kills me is I wanted to go see them, and now they're going to be back-to-back in Jersey. I'm probably going to figure out the hotel, get all the... got jerseys. I'm going to get nothing. I'm going to be screwed.
let's see what happens because you know what you got a whole month to go. Well, let's see what happens. Because baseball is freaking me out yesterday.
I mean, there's cardboard people in the stand. That's going to be me and you. We'll be next to each other. Two cardboards.
At least with cardboard cutouts out of us sitting there. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Ronbo sitting together with our thumbs up with our Niners thing on and holding a beer like a 49ers beer or something.
Greg, that's funny. Greg, we got to go. I tell you what, we'll be back Wednesday.
I'll let you rock.
And get some observations from the media and see what they're saying, what's going on out there. I'll be looking for you then. Don't be a stranger now.
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so. Listen, I'll talk to you on Wednesday, all right? You take care, buddy.
You too. Night.
Bye-bye.
Night, Greg. John V., thanks, fam. That contribution. Thanks. After having missed one. Hey, Sheik!
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Oh, Sheik, man. I'm sitting here enjoying Richard Sherman. He filled me in on some things that I was already fully aware of, but he sort of reinforced what I said, Because these guys, inexperienced, and now they ain't asking me no more questions. They got all the answers now, and they know what they need to do and what to expect. They ain't got to ask me nothing. Just get out there and do it, and they're eager to do it. That's what I'm talking about. When you got the team that's talented like this with a bunch of youngsters, you get excited about knowing that they're no longer kids. The kids grew up last year.
Young men. Mighty men. Mighty.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's your feelings on that?
Yeah.
I am.
I feel alive, bro. I don't know if you got the news. Fred Warner got number 70. Talking about mighty men. Top 100. And then
Jimmy G. 43.
43.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, this is what you do.
And they haven't picked up George Kittle yet or Nick Bosa. I got a feeling they're going to rank pretty high on this list, too.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely high.
Yeah, so I am looking forward to that. We got plenty of 49ers. Remember those days when people run around, 49ers, you ain't got no talent. All you can do is flip them off because they were actually kind of right at that time. Oh, they can't say that anymore. Back in those days when the Hawks would just beat us with ease because we didn't have any people to play for us. Oh, those birds are plucked. It's over. I love
it. Yeah, man. But we got like the youth movement. The guys were just like growing as a mighty men that we have. Fred Warner, the leader, that linebacker, I think the best trio linebacker in the business.
And you'd be right.
Greenlaw learning from Sherman is the key guy that a lot of people don't understand. He picked the film work, the leadership, and put it together for the guys. And he even said, Sherman even said, yeah, they don't even need to come to me anymore. They know what they're doing.
Yep.
They got their stuff ready. They know what the film work. Fred Warner does from the first one to the end. He doesn't ask questions, but if he does, he still want to prove his game. That's what I love of Ronbo, and he's 19 out of 21 guys that returned to the team. That's great.
and look at the guys that are coming back. If I, you know what, Shake, if we got a 3/4 healthy Ronnie Blair, that's already just bad news. What if Trent Taylor's going to be fine? I'm pretty sure I heard about him. They're looking for him to star this year. What if that big dude named Jalen Hurd is exactly why Kyle brought him in? What if he surfaces this year? Kendrick Bourne is working his butt off. He's not going to be the same anymore. Debo is already told, put the league on notice. Man, you guys ain't got nothing that can stop me. I fear no man. And that dude,
Jamal Adams.
Yeah. Trying to get on him talking about, we got Jamal Adams, stop your butt now. And Debo says, come on, man, LOL. Ain't nobody gonna bother me. I ain't afraid of nobody. Oh, see, that's...
Jack Machine, Debo Samuel. He does everything, man. He's not just a wide receiver
to begin with.
He did multiple. And we got Jalen Hurts. He's an ex-running back, and he's a freaking bruiser himself. So he's definitely, this is like, Kyle Shanahan is like, I got him. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have 30 plays ready to go. Just ask me, and I'll bring it out, and I'll just freaking Oh man, you know what I mean? Like that's insane. That's why I was listening to.
I just hope Ayuk, they can get him up to speed. I hope in about week 4 or 5, Ayuk becomes a real pain. Now, there is no defense on God's green earth that can stop that offense. That's too much. Sheik, that's too much. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, Trent Taylor, Jalen Hurts. Oh, Trent Bourne. Oh my God!
Don't forget, Ronbo. We got McKinnon too. Don't forget about him either.
God, I did. You got Trent Taylor at left tackle. We can run all day behind that monster.
Oh my God. Yeah, Ronbo. You know, and then these other guys, these undrafted guys that we got, AC, freaking Hasty, freaking Ahmed. You know, these guys come from the cut. You know, they might put in the practice scope, but we can slowly bring them in. And these guys,
you can.
And other guys I'm not even named that they know about.
We increased the squad by 2.
It's going to be really good.
The practice squad, what I like about the practice squad, because unlike a lot of teams, we've got some UDFAs that are really, look at Jared Maiden. I don't know if Jared may make this team, actually. But the thing is, if he's not going anywhere, even if he doesn't make the 53, he is definitely going to stay. Is we at 55 now? He is definitely going to stay with the team. You can rotate guys in and out of the practice squad. You don't have to put them through waivers. You put them right back on your practice squad. If anybody wants them, they know where to find them, but you got to sign them to your active roster, right? So I'm saying, oh man.
Yeah. The thing is, too, Ronbo, like these guys that you brought up, is you're not going to. No team is going to do any film work on the preseason on these guys. It's going to be. You can't. They don't know about it because it's going to be like isolated from the league, so they know about it. They're just going to act like, oh, he's. They're not going to bring up his name or anything, and then just bring him back, and then here it comes. Such and such, but it's going to be interesting. But the guys I'm really interested in is Kinlaw, like Will said, Javon Kinlaw, and then Brandon Ayuk. I can't wait. That guy with their freaking sticky fingers, long. He reminds. I'm not saying he is, but he has that type of play of like OBJ a little bit, and I was like, huh. Then we try to get OBJ three straight years. Like, okay.
And Ayuk is faster. But you know what's going to be funny?
Yeah.
Because Baldinger already said there's not a guy in the NFL that could stop Javon Kinlaw one-on-one. He said the NFL. You mean college? You really mean the NFL? No, the NFL. I said, see, so that means when he comes charging through there with all that 335? I mean, this is... I can't wait. And he's got Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead helping him out with DJ Jones. Hey, D Ford, see if you can get in there, man. Get you some.
Get some. Eric Armstead, come on, get some. Rub that belly couple times for us.
That's why it's Eric Armstead.
Sacktown represent, baby. But yeah. Rob, let me just say this, though. I know. Yeah. Before I go, I was going to say, I know the cut's going to come later on, but we should definitely look into getting a backup tight end. That's the position that we need to look into a little bit. Wale, he's good, but he's not that guy. You want to make Kittle fresh.
Warner might be.
I'm a little concerned in the backup tight end.
Yeah, Warner.
But he reminds me of Tololo.
Yeah,
he's a Tololo. He's a blocking tight end. That's what he replaces him from.
You mean,
we don't know what we got.
But Warner was a wide receiver before he became a tight end. They taught him how to block. We'll see, though, because as Kyle said, if I just wanted a guy who could just block, I would have just got a leather lineman. So look out for Warner. We'll see what happens. All right. See you Wednesday.
All right. Definitely, Ronbo. Faithful! Hit that like the Ronbo Sports Sub, share and follow all platforms. And shout out to the Ronbo fan club, Will, Russo, Big Show, Jersey Joe, all you guys in the sewer, everybody, baby. And this chat right here, man. Ronbo, thank you for your platform.
Well, thank you, Sheik. Appreciate you, fam. We go back how many years? Yes! All right,
3 or 4 years, man. Going strong.
Yes, indeed.
Go Niners. We got this.
Yo. Night, Sheik. Hey, JT.
What's up, Ronbo?
JT, man, we're sitting back here. We're preemptive gloating as we look at the 49ers roster right now, and we think about the damages they could potentially do. Because the rest of the NFL, they're trying to build their teams to beat the 49ers. The pathetic Hawks, they went out and gave up two first-round picks and a player and McDougal. In order
they paid way too much.
Lamar Adams, they're hoping they've got to try to find an answer. Look at the Cardinals. They went out and got Isaac. They needed an offensive lineman, but they went and got somebody who can deal with Kittle. So I'm loving it. It's pathetic.
Everybody's scared.
Yeah,
Everybody's
should be
scared. But
yeah.
I want to say something. There's something that I've been watching, just watching over and over and over again, because I just freaking love it, and I'm just pumped up about it. It's George Kittle. It's something George Kittle said in the Super Bowl, and I just want to refresh everybody's memory real quick. I will be back here. I will be back here. I will be back with vengeance. And I believe it, Ronbo. I believe it.
You should. That was when the legendary Revenge Tour. Yeah, that was when the legendary Revenge Tour was born. Right there at that moment, him and Quan got together.
Right there.
Yep.
And and I got something else to say about our linebacking corps. We are the hot boys. We are gonna torch
Dallas.
We are gonna put a torching to the freaking NFL. Anybody who wants to come get a taste of this, come get it. Because Debo's going to be ready. Kittle, you got your boy Warner. You got Ayuk. You got freaking Jalen Hurd. You got little Trent Taylor. Oh, my God, this offense is going to be a freaking it's a snowball that's just coming down on the NFL, and it's going to come down hard on everybody.
You left Mostert.
I don't give a damn who you are.
You left Mostert out. And look out for Jerick McKinnon. Yeah. Oh, another wide receiver problem.
Hey, you can't. I can't forget about our three-headed monster. We got Raheem Mostert, the beast that he just could have slashing through everybody. Ain't nobody gonna stack him because he just be slashing everybody.
That acceleration from 0 to 60.
Jerick McKinnon,
boom.
TC, Tevin Coleman. Oh, we got that the unsung hero, Jeffrey Wilson.
Yes, Mr. Highlight Reel. Even if he only plays 2 plays, one of them is gonna be a highlight reel. Well, I love that dude.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, Ronbo, the NFL, they got it coming because I just been watching YouTube and. There's a segment on YouTube that I just been watching how the 49ers got robbed of the Super Bowl, and I believe it because all the plays that they pointed out, it was insane how they didn't call some of the plays that they should have called. And you know what, Ronbo? I believe it when Kittle said that towards the end of that game in the Super Bowl, he meant it, and I feel it, and it's coming, Ronbo. It's coming this year. The NFL, they got it coming.
The only thing we got to do is not have an interruption.
What they put together, I don't care what they put together. They could put a Jamal hat. I was going to say, and I was going to tell you this on another segment that you had. If the Niners would have had a Jamal Adams in that secondary, it would have really been ugly. Because then you would have had Jason Verrett, Richard Sherman, Emmanuel Mosley, Akello Weatherspoon. Secondary, but you know what? It's all good. We don't need what's that? I'm drawing a blank. Jamal Adams. We got Jaquaski Tart, and just like I was watching another segment where Grant Cohn and one of the guys that calls on here, I forget his name. I think it's Dre, maybe.
Dre.
But there was a segment that they were talking about, Ronbo, about how there's a lot of safeties that Dre pointed out that put up better stats than
Tart.
No, than
Tart.
Than
No, then the safety we were trying to go Jamal Adams.
Oh, Adams. Yeah, that was pretty frightening. I didn't even know that. Of course, I don't pay attention to Adams anyway.
The only impressive number that he had was his sacks. His sack numbers were more impressive than anything else. But I think Tart had an interception or two, and Jamal Adams had only one, and it was pretty interesting numbers how Jay was pointing all that out earlier.
Yeah, it's. I got to go look at those stats because it was actually, and Draden's not going to make that up. I just want to read it for myself. I find that bizarre. Why? Yeah, hey, okay, the AFC East is not the NFC West. This is what I'm saying. Does his skill, is he going to translate to the West, NFC West? It's going to be interesting to see. It's like Tom Brady's going to find out about the NFC over in Tampa Bay.
That's another team. That's another team that's going to get it too. They want to put up all this hype on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On paper, they look good, but they haven't done anything yet. And last time we checked, we steamrolled over them.
Here's another thing too. You know what? They're going to have a lot of problem in that division too. That's the AFC, NFC South. There is no easy game in that, like there was in AFC East. See, so it's gonna be fun.
Don't they got the Saints in that division?
And the Hawks. There's another team too. It's the Hawks, the Saints. Who else is the Panthers in that division?
The Falcons. The Saints.
Right. Falcons, Saints. Who's the other name?
And there's somebody else in that
I think it's
division.
the Panthers.
Yeah, I think it is the Panthers. Yeah.
So it's going to be funny to watch that. Well, but JT, we're going to go. I'm going to see you Wednesday after you find out what the media says about the 49ers. And hopefully Grant Cohn doesn't condemn them to death so we're scared. Grant, you need to lighten up on the condemnations. But anyway.
I just want to say this one more time. I will be back here. I will be back here with a vengeance. I like that. George Kittle's my boy. That's my dude right there. All right, Ronbo. They ought to pay that man already.
They will. It was pretty soon. All right, fam. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night.
You too.
Night,
JT. Good to hear from you again. All right. I love the way people are like returning to the scene of the crime. And I don't predict if the 49ers get the 49ers get the Super Bowl next time. I actually feel sorry for the other team. We're talking about a team now that's going to come with their ears pinned back and rolling the sleeves up and say, you pulled that number on us last time. Ain't gonna happen twice. Down, please hit that like. I can't wait to Wednesday. I just hope the media gets in. And I won't meet on Wednesday anyway. But I just hope the media gets in. Because, maybe COVID this, COVID that. So, I'm sorry, you guys. We're going to have to, we've got some monitors posted for you outside, and you can watch from there what goes on, but we can't allow you in. Oh! And that's going to take away from what they write up. Anyway, fam, I'll see you Wednesday.